just about 40 miles away from that golf club. So very exciting stuff on the LPGA. Enjoy your afternoon north of the border, and we'll see you tonight on Golf Central.
Just before 1 o'clock local time, 19-year-old Brooke Henderson arrived at the opening tee looking to do something very special here in Canada.
And joining them from Smith Falls, Ontario, Canada. Please welcome Brooke Henderson.
They are out in full force to watch one of their own. She's from 39 miles from here. That's it. That's where her hometown is. Smith Falls, Brooks Brigade, the young kids watching. And Brooke Henderson starts her final round. No Canadian has won this event since 1973. Brooke Henderson trying to do just that with the whole country paying attention.
Paying attention to the smallest detail. Getting to the destination the most efficient way possible. Ensuring all individual elements are working together to drive high performance. And making sure you do it consistently. Being the best comes down to perfect execution. That's not just good golf. That's good railroading. We love a sport that rewards precision.
We asked people to write down the things they love to do most on these balloons.
Travel with my daughter.
Roller derby?
Now, give up half of them.
Do I have to?
This is the tough financial choice we could face when we retire. But if we start saving even just 1% more of our annual income, we could keep doing all the things we love.
Prudential, bring your challenges.
This watch has seen moments that last a second and moments that last forever. It's seen the beginning of an era. Players break boundaries and a sport take its place on the world stage. Yet it's not until we look back that we understand that at those very moments, we were standing on the edge of golfing history. It doesn't just tell time, it tells history.
The race to the CME Globe, a year-long competition. For a winner-take-all $1 million prize, it's the biggest payout in all of women's golf. And it culminates at the season-ending CME Group Tour Championship. Watch the 2017 race unfold on the Golf Channel.
Golf Channel's exclusive coverage of the LPGA Tour is presented by Prudential.
No space available on this golf course today. Ottawa Hunt and Golf Club here for the Canadian Pacific Women's Open in the final round. Just look at these galleries. Absolutely massive crowds out here to see if Brooke Henderson can do what no one's done in, well, more than 4 decades. Terry Gannon, Judy Rankin with you. Henderson at 6 under, so 1 over on a round today. Out on the tee at the 5th from 174.
Really good par 3, and through 3 rounds, it is played as the hardest hole on the golf course.
Christy Kerr, that's the golf ball up there pretty darn close. Lee Rimley, the other person in this group. So Henderson trying to bounce back after some early trouble. We take a look at some of the highlights, Jude. Major champions everywhere you look. So Hyun, this for birdie at 2.
Yeah, she's the #1 player in the world and kind of itching to win again.
#1 in the world, #2 in the CME Globe race. Henderson, her opening hole. Think of the pressure she must be under today.
She bogeys the first, but I'm not sure that's the worst thing. That might be what you had to do to settle yourself down.
Check in with Beatrice Riccari, making a nice move on a day that has been tough so far. This golf course has not been easy today, but she's making it look easy.
Boy, and Beatrice has not been in the mix to try to win in quite a long time. Really good start to this final round.
Make birdie there. She'd make another one on the next. Get it to 3 under on the day. Mo Martin starting the day in that final group, sharing the lead, but that was a bogey miss. So the Rico Women's British Open champ in 2014 comes back to the pack. She had sole possession of the lead. Right now the lead at 9 under. In-Ji Chun, another major champ up there. Nicole Brock-Larsen from Denmark trying to win for the first time. And then 3 Americans together, Kerr, Martin, Marina Alex.
Yeah, Marina Alex has just played really well this season.
You got Brooke Henderson looking to make a charge today. This should be a fun afternoon in Canada. Canadian fans have waited 44 years for one of their own to win their national championship. And since her early years on the golf course, Brooke Henderson has drawn expectations that she would be the one to deliver that. This week, less than an hour from her hometown, with thousands lining the fairways, hanging on every shot, the 19-year-old put up a spirited fight to make weekend play before dazzling the home crowd with a course record 63. Now, Henderson's hurdle comes in the form of a leaderboard laced with major champions. One final test remains, with a chance to produce something they haven't witnessed here for more than 4 decades. A Canadian win on Canadian soil. Is today that day? Golf Channel and the LPGA Tour proudly present the season-long race to the CME Globe. From Ottawa, Ontario, it's final round coverage of the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. What a city this is. If you haven't gotten a chance to spend time here, you need to. Parliament Hill, just gorgeous, overlooking Ottawa River. And last night it was all lit up red and white, 150th birthday. Spectacular. Just about 9 miles from there. Ottawa Hunt and Golf Club. The crowd's just as large out here as they were downtown last night. Look at this. I mean, they're 15, 20 people deep in certain parts of the course. And yes, they are all out here to watch Brooke Henderson and see if she can do something they've been waiting for a very long time. Judy and I in the booth, along with Tom Abbott, Jerry Foltz, and Gail Graham out on the golf course as we take you out to the play at the 5th green and say hello to Tom.
Thank you, Terry. And what could be a very interesting day, because this young lady has a chance to do something which the majority of people here watching will have never seen before. Their hometown player win on home soil.
Well, and Tom, on the first tee, Gil Graham had a great observation. He said, I think the crowd's more nervous for Brooke than Brooke is. This putt a little downhill at the end. Had Christy Kerr move her mark a couple of putter lengths to the side, so she thinks it will die left.
To the 4th hole.
In-Ji Chun, second here at the par 4, Gail.
She drove it perfectly just down the left-hand side. Just from 130 yards with a 9-iron.
Good job.
Beautiful result.
In-Ji Chun, 4 runner-up finishes in 2017. Close, but hasn't broken through. You're at 6. So Yeon Yu sharing the lead. Her 3rd. At the par 5. Oh.
Not fluid in the hole.
Look at the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is very close. Up to the 8th, Beatrice Riccari. You mentioned she hadn't been in the mix in a while. Here at the par 3. This one delicate. 2013, the last time she won. Three wins, but all coming in that season. Take you to the 5th again.
Just a moment ago, Miriam Lee for a birdie.
Beautiful tee shot to this point, and she didn't even get closest to the hole.
Yeah. Brittany Henderson's head was just in the way there, but we knew it went in from the reaction of this huge gallery. So Miriam Lee back to level par for the day. She's at 8 under, right there in the mix, trying to win for the second time this year.
Hold the cameras.
And now Christy Kerr for the birdie.
Got a couple of good looks at what this will do. Christy doesn't misread too many putts, does she? I know, Judy, you say she's maybe one of the best in the entire business at reading the greens.
Boy, I think so. She just has a great sense of slope and distance, and usually, can't say what's going to happen today, but how I know Christy on the greens is she doesn't waste a lot of time. She has a pretty good feel for what's going on when she walks up on the green.
41st in putting this week. I don't think she's putted as well as we have seen her putt in the past. And there's a prime example. She's just not quite been on the money.
Saw that approach from So Yeon Yu here at 6. This now for birdie.
Set up for a little bit of a slider.
There's been some confusion on the greens this week. Back at 4 now. In Chun, this for birdie Gale after a very nice shot.
Beautiful shot in, and now just a little left to right, slightly downhill.
I feel like NG is such a strong player mentally that she can possibly block out a lot of the noise today, a lot of the things that could fire you up or get you down or whatever that could happen today.
We'll see what happens. 1 under today and a 1-shot lead for In-Ji Chun, but it's a great leaderboard right now with a number of names who we've seen win major championships. Let's start with one, though, that is the talk of the town, too. In fact, I was looking at our hotel room key. Her likeness is on it. Brooke Henderson. That was the anticipation here for a Canadian to have a chance, and now she does. Got to play a little better today, but have you seen anything like that? How unique is this to have massive crowds for literally one player?
It is very unique, and you know, I can remember back to when Nancy Lopez was the talk of every town. Yeah. I'm still not sure in one place on one golf course it was this many people. This is fantastic, and every player in the field is talking about it and appreciating it.
Which is incredible, that feeling for her, but think of the pressure she must be under too. I know Gail said maybe the fans were more nervous, but you know she's inside's got to be so nervous trying to do this.
Well, you saw those little girl pictures, and she's 19 years old now, but the first time I met her here in Canada, she was 14, and she had just won a professional golf tournament here in Canada. So she's been on everyone's radar for a very long time. And I must say, for a young girl who's gotten so much attention for so many years already, I cannot tell you how well she handles it, and what a great girl she is.
Yeah, just made par at 5. Now, a quick thought on the leaderboard right now. What we're going to see, though, things have changed back and forth. Mo Martin had the lead all by herself. Right now it's In-Ji Chun. You've got a number of big names up there and a few players trying to win for the first time.
Yeah, this is a real mix of all different kinds of players. They're long off the tee. They're not so long off the tee. They have won major championships. They haven't won at all. Yeah. This is going to be good right down to the finish. The back 9 has 3 par 3s on it, so 5 par 3s on this golf course. And we always know the par 5s make a difference. But let's see who plays the 3s the best today.
Just getting things underway on what should be a very interesting Sunday here in Canada. Out at 6, Marina Alex to get within a shot. There you go. So the 27-year-old who was born in Wayne, New Jersey, is now down in Florida trying to win for the very first time in what is her 5th year out here on the LPGA Tour. Just starting to heat up here on what's turned out to be kind of a difficult golf course in this final round of the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. Today's coverage is brought to you by CP, proud title sponsor of the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. By CME Group, how the world advances. And by Win Grips, the best grips in golf.
Every day, you can wake up feeling secure about the safety of your mattress. You can rely on your appliances, plumbing, and air quality. And be confident about what you buy, use, and wear. You can feel safer in your world because while you're working hard to be great at what you do, UL is working hard to protect you. UL, certifying, validating, and testing for over a century of trust.
Why do you think Brooke Henderson competes in Skechers Go Golf shoes? Because comfort is important when playing your best, whether 18, 36, or late night putting practice. Skechers Go Golf is comfort that never quits.
So, you'll take our club straight to the course for just $39?
Yep, that's what we do.
And you guarantee they'll get there?
Yep.
That's great. I have 2 sets.
You know Shipsticks only ships golf clubs, right?
Honey, are we there yet?
Shipsticks.
That hurt.
At Winco, we do everything. Everything to save you money. Winco.
My tips for the summer.
This is Boston, revolutionary since 1630. And this town, they know playoffs. But this is no tea party. 100 will enter. Only 70 will come out the other side. Go low or go home. This is it. The FedEx Cup playoffs continue at the Dell Technologies Championship. Begins Friday at 2 p.m.
Back on the 5th tee with In-ji Chun.
This 174 yards has been tucked quite a ways over to the left of the green. And she's got 5 iron, taking it at the center of the green.
It's a good sensible shot there from In-ji, twice a major winner. That was just a moment ago now, live with the Dane, Nicole Brock-Larsen.
And she's just a little longer with the clubs than In-ji, so she's got 6 iron. This is a very, very solid golf swing. And she's not well known over here, but pretty well known in Europe. Very strong player.
Yeah, a true rookie this year on the LPGA Tour.
It's going just a little left.
Never a good sign when you're shouting 4 on a par 3. And that is going to leave a really tricky one because I think it's just on the downslope. She was a bit unlucky that it took such a big bounce.
Check in on Stacey Lewis here at 6, the par 5. This her 3rd. She's at 7 under. So just 3 off the lead.
She's roller coasting a little bit early. 2 bogeys and followed it up with 2 birdies.
If she can get the putter going, that's been the whole question. Take you back to the team. Henderson now.
Even though this hole's not into the wind today, Terry, still probably a 3-shot hole.
Liked it, as well she should. Her sister Brittany on the bag. As we check out today's featured groups presented by JDX. The last couple of groups, Brooke Henderson, along with Christy Kerr and Mirim Lee, who won earlier this season. So she's had some good play this year. And Christy, of course, coming right off the Solheim Cup last week. And that final group, Nicole Brock-Larsen, the 24-year-old from Denmark, along with Mo Martin, a major champ, and In-ji Chun, a major champ. In-ji, the number 7 player in the Rolex rankings right now. Our featured groups presented by JDX as they play in threesomes on this final day.
Now Mo Martin on the tee at the 5th.
And with her trusty 9-wood. Judy, I love these high lofted woods.
Well, you either need these clubs in your golf bag or you need a hybrid or two, because those lofted clubs, the hybrids and these fairway metals, as they're called, really give you a little bit easier way in the game to throw the ball up high.
Here at 6 on the green, Lewis to get it to 8 under. I think everybody's kind of waiting for that week when it all comes together, especially on the greens.
And I've often wondered with Stacey Lewis if she wouldn't come from behind to make it happen.
Huh. So not the one atop the leaderboard, but she's chasing right now. And within 2, look at all the names within 2 shots. Got a feeling there are a number of different storylines that are going to unfold here in Ottawa, Canada this afternoon.
The difference between possible and impossible, it's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Kate woke up and had a grand mal seizure on the floor.
I was standing in fire.
When I knew I was in trouble was when I started coughing up blood.
I'm sitting here today because of Global Rescue.
How would you like to be able to step up to the tee with a club, swing it like your 7-iron, hit it as consistently long as your driver, and more accurately than your fairway metal? Consistency is the #1 problem nagging recreational golfers. Sure, you can hit a killer drive 1 out of every 5 shots, but what if I told you you could do it almost every single time? Introducing the brand new GX7X Metal.
I've been playing golf a long time. I've never hit the first shot with a new club like I hit this one.
That's crushed.
I could get it out there further than the driver. That was impressive.
See how recreational golfers like you are using the new GX7 to cut strokes by going to gx7golf.com now. You will hit the GX7 as consistently long as your driver, and it'll also be as accurate as your fairway metal. If not, send it back for a full product refund. Get the right club for your game with the brand new GX7 X Metal. See the science behind the new GX7 by going to gx7golf.com.
Two-time defending champion Brooke Henderson returns to the site of her first victory and goes for a three-peat at the Cambia Portland Classic, Thursday at 7 p.m.
Back on the 5th green here in the final round of the CP Women's Open. And Nicole Brock-Larson's ball, you saw off the tee, was way left. She has pitched down into the middle of the green, so she's got a long par putt to come, Gail.
Yeah, Sophie tried to get her to take a drop from the cart path, but she didn't feel like it was interfering. I think Sophie was looking maybe for a little help and getting a little bit better lie. It was very tight. It's right where the crowds have been walking and players walking off the green, so she's left herself with a lengthy par putt that can get away from her a little bit if she's not careful about it. A little bit of a swing from right to left. And the last part of it's slightly downhill.
It's not been a great start for Nicole. She bogeyed the opening par 4 and then has had 3 pars since, but this is now to save par, so could be 2 over through the first 5.
And this whole group, with the exception of Ingie's played very well the first few holes, but Mo's been a little nervous and shaky as well.
Well, it was a pretty good putt in the end, just needed a bit more, but it's going to be a bogey. We'll go ahead a couple of holes to the 7th, check in with the world number 1 So-Yeon Ryu as second. Flag today is all the way in the back.
It's a pretty good par 4.
And she's going to leave herself a pretty long putt there, So-Yeon Ryu, but it's been a good day so far. 2 birdies to start the round, all pars since. She's just 1 behind In-Ji Chun, who has a birdie putt here to get a little bit of a cushion at the top of this leaderboard early on, Gail.
And this would be a lovely little cushion. Be a good birdie here. This will swing from her right to left. And again, very speedy. This going left all the way.
Third at 6 for Brooke Henderson.
A little bit of a precarious lie here. Deep, long rough. Bridges lying down green and suspended a little bit, so contact shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Jerry, you've been out here a while. Have you ever seen anything like this?
You know, I was asking some of the other players yesterday if they had seen anything like it, specifically Brittany Altamari and her caddy Davy Claire Schriefel, who played alongside Brooke yesterday. And they said, absent Yanni Singh in Taiwan, they've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it makes sense. It would be a similar situation, Judy.
Yeah, very much so. And I remember watching that on television.
Yeah.
They also said they were so very respectful of the other player, because a lot of times when they're out here to see one person only, they'll start moving around once Brooke's done playing the hole. They said nope, they're so incredibly polite.
Yeah, the group obviously ahead and behind that, you wonder about them too. And back in the days of Tiger's heyday, and that was always tough to be in a group near Tiger.
It's a really good problem for the LPGA to have.
Yeah, exactly.
She playing a little bit nervous, Jerry?
Not too much. You know she's feeling it. There's no way you can't. But she also has shown us in the past how she can perform some of her best abilities under pressure when the nerves are at their peak.
Well, a really good audio where you can hear the thickness and the moisture in this rough.
That jumped on her big time.
Oh boy.
Right
And
to the edge of the other lengthy grass.
Yeah, right up against the deep cut,
And sitting down.
just as big a problem.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at 5.
Martin trying to bounce back with the birdie.
This will swing from her right to left. Little downhill. Pretty quick looking stroke.
Had a 4 putt, didn't she, earlier on, Gail?
Yeah, she did. That'll make you swing it a little quick.
It was a double bogey on the 3rd hole. Let's go to the 9th, and Beatrice Riccari is making a move today. She's 3 under. This to go out in 4 under par. And Beatrice Riccari, 3-time winner on the LPGA Tour, looking to find that form once again. She's just 1 back.
But it has been a while, and she has had a tough season. So to see her do this, it's kind of out of the blue right now. Our course setup from the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America. Traditional old layout, par 71, Jude, and 1920 is when it opened.
I was fortunate today to meet Mike Hurdston, and he had a little insight about the golf course when it was reworked. And one of the things he said was brilliant. He said, you know, it's a members golf course. And we kind of created greens where 70% of the hole locations are great for the membership. And there's another 30% that we can use, that they can use here for championships, for tournaments like this. And so it's a really versatile golf course.
Makes sense. And here at 6 from just in front. Mirim Lee did it? Did it? Yeah! Sure did. So that's the other aspect, too, when you're playing along with Brooke Henderson on a day like today. And to go birdie, eagle, chips in from off the green at the par 5, and she's at 10 under and shares the lead.
So Hyun, long birdie putt here at the 7th. Many of the Korean players well rested because they obviously were not involved in the Solheim Cup. The LPGA has had a couple of weeks off stroke play competition, and So Hyun, a player that has had 2 weeks away from the game.
So, from trouble to trouble now for Henderson.
Yeah, playing this ball well back in her stance, trying to create the steepest angle she can. It's still really, really iffy to judge this.
You should see her break her hands pretty fast away from the ball to get that club up.
So she'll have that left for par to stay at 6 under in the lead now at 10 under par.
Well, it's a tough start, and let me tell you, it's an even tougher start when you're in the back of her mind imagining the 63 she shot yesterday.
Yeah, you're right. Back on the tee here at 6, In-Ji Chun.
And a very nice line actually coming left. Was turning over a little bit. She is going to miss this fairway and miss it big time.
Yeah.
In the trees, I don't know.
Judy, that is not a good spot. I'm standing right beside it.
Problems for In-Ji Chun. Meanwhile, So Hyun still has this for a par.
We've said it many times, but she has a real friendship with Ian Baker Finch and his family. Talks to Ian quite a lot, and he has helped her a good bit with her putting. Told me he likes to have her do drills where there's actually a goal, where there's a reason to be doing the drill, where you're going to accomplish something.
Miscue there, but she left herself a long first putt and just didn't get the pace right. So Hyun with her first bogey of the round. She's back to 8 under par now, 2 behind. And we'll go back 1 to the 6th.
We saw the eagle from Mi-Rim Lee, and now see what Christy Kerr can do. This for birdie.
And Christy played it as a 3-shot hole, laid up to a comfortable number, 91 yards. Good wedge to here.
And how many times have we seen that?
This is the roughest couple of days of putting I've seen with Christy Kerr in quite some time.
Sunghyun Park, this for birdie. So the major champ, the winner at the U.S. Women's Open, able to get within 1. 3 under today. Very good opening. So far, 8 holes and an opportunity at the par 5 ninth now. Back at 6. This is a par putt for Henderson.
It is, and plenty of work too. It's a little bit on the slower side, uphill. Might drift off a little to the right. Thing to watch with Brooke is the tempo of that stroke. It's always a quick stroke, and it's more of a pop than a brush. But when it gets a little quick going back, a little too quick, is when you know she's not putting with the most confidence. Yesterday, she rolled it beautifully, just like the practice strokes.
This is a key putt for her.
Yeah, I was just going to say, she can't afford to be dropping shots right now. Just wouldn't turn. That was a good looking putt. So she will go back to 5 under and be 5 shots off the lead. Had to turn it around on Friday. Birdie the final hole just to make it to the weekend. Made the cut right on the number and then absolutely blistered this golf course yesterday with a 63. How much different a day Sunday is than a Saturday. 63, the struggle so far for Henderson. Back at 8, Marina Alex, this to get it to 9 under. Four top 10s. so far this season for Marina Alex. Could be a big, big week for her. Meanwhile, the fourth coming up here for In-Ji Chun.
43.
At the par 5.
Well, it did stay actually in the very short grass. Don't think that little cut will bother the toe of the club.
Gail, very little to work with here green-wise.
Absolutely. Just 3 yards from the right edge, 8 on, but by her angle, it's about 4 or 5 yards from the step cut. Not the ideal position to be coming in from. The good news is being in the fairway, that's going to be helpful. It's 49 yards to the hole. She carries at 45, she'll be in good stead.
So close.
So close, and now I don't think she can putt that ball. I don't think she's going to want to.
McHenderson getting ready to play his second at the 7th.
Yep, Christy Kerr's already punched out up the fairway, about 100 yards short of the hole. Mirim Lee hit a little bit of a heavy approach 5-iron, but made it on the green. A long ways from the hole. This from 162. Bit of an uphill lie. And that first cut of rough shouldn't be an issue.
The flag is right in front of that camera tower.
When you hit a draw, this is a tough fairway to hit, and a tough hole to get close to. But if this is enough club, it has a chance.
Oh, just needed a bit of a hop forward. Hometown is about an hour's drive away, but one of the members here at the Hunt Club gave her and her family his house for the week. So she has been staying very close to the golf course, which has made life pretty easy. Let's go to 10.
Beatrice Riccari, this for birdie and a share of the lead. Wow. You mentioned her season so far. She did have one 15th place finish, a tie for 15th, but I mean, it has been a struggle for Beatrice Riccari. And look at this card today on the final day.
Yeah, beautiful round of golf, and that 15th place finish, you got to watch me today. I keep making a little error here and there, but it was way back in February, and she certainly had a long break before coming here, so what a good round of golf.
This is some leaderboard shaping up here too. 10 under, 3 different players sharing that lead, but certainly down to the 7 unders right there in the mix. Amy Yang, a very good round, 4 under. In fact, she was 4 under through 11 holes.
Right.
Back out at 6. Mo Martin coming back down for birdie now, Gail.
And about 20 feet. Should swing right to left to start and then straighten out a little bit at the end. There's definitely some nerves here, Julie. She's missed the last 2 fairways by a large margin. Turned just a little too much.
And she almost never misses fairways.
I notice that right index finger down the putter grip when she grips the putter. That's something we've been watching lately from Michelle Wee, and we want to wish her the best. She is, we hope, just now out of surgery, having her appendix removed.
Yeah. In fact, we had earlier today that news broke. We found out just before these leading groups were going off, and a statement from her representatives. Michelle Wee will have surgery to remove her appendix today at Ottawa Hospital. Further details on her condition will be provided when available, and told that is this afternoon that's taking place. Could be happening right now, but it was 7 a.m. when she went from her hotel to the hospital. So send out our best to Michelle. She was playing well. She was 4 under going into this final round. Meanwhile, at 6, In-Ji Chun, this is her 5th now, and you're right, she doesn't have the putter, Jude.
Yeah, that ball didn't sit well enough to look like she could putt. Can you chip it in? Maybe.
So she would drop at least a shot and fall out of a share of the lead to 7.
Third shot here for Christy Kerr on the par 4.
Right at 75 yards. Can't see much of the flagstick, or at least not all of it.
Oh, she's screaming at it to go. It actually doesn't need to go at all.
No, it just listened.
Well, it's got to listen when Christy is barking at it like that. And we'll go up to the 11th, and Beatrice Riccari on a tear today. 11th hole, medium length par 4. And that it is in a good position off the tee. And back a couple of holes to the 9th, and one of the major champions in contention today, Sun Hyun Park, has this to take the outright lead. And they knew it, those fans that have been sitting around the 9th green for most of the day, they knew it needed to go a little bit. It's going to be a birdie though for Sun Hyun Park to end the front 9. Back to the 7th, and Mi Rim Lee's birdie try.
A lengthy one, a little uphill the whole way.
And it's going to be a par for Mi Rim. She will stay at 10 under par, and they're beginning to bunch a little bit at the top of this leaderboard. Let's go back to 6.
In Ji Chun. Bogey putt actually, so she drops a shot. Look at the massive crowds around this green here.
All the way down the fairway and the next hole, and plenty of people that have come into contact with Brooke over her pretty short life. We've got teachers here from her schools, friends, family. Of course, a lot of people just cheering her on. Now this for a birdie.
Swinging left pretty good off this shoulder, right center of the green. And Tom, I think today Smiths Falls is officially closed.
Yeah, there's nobody there.
Not a soul.
I think almost every player who's ever played would tell you this is a really nice moment, but it's a tough moment to play with every single person there. Needs a birdie.
And almost gets one. Would have been a little bonus on this hole. Because it is the hardest hole on the golf course today.
Stand real still behind the
Go to the 8th.
Stacey Lewis here at 8 from the edge for birdie. Still very much right there.
Stacey Lewis's home is in Houston, and she has to be very concerned about the city.
Oh, it's devastating right now. We're thinking about everybody down there, man. It looks bad.
Good par. Yeah, certainly reiterate those words. I think it's going to be a tough run for folks in that area, so certainly wish them the best. But yeah, thumbs up for the little one.
Mi Rim Lee played herself into contention with a 66 yesterday. Shares the lead at 10 under.
6 iron from Mi Rim. Doesn't curve the ball a lot. Sometimes a little draw. A little right of the hole here.
Good job. 163 yards. You had that nice picture showing you the elevation of the green.
Second at the 11th for Beatrice Riccari. You can see she's 87th in the race to the CME Globe. Need to be inside the top 72 come the end of the season to qualify for the season-ending event. She's 90th on the money list, so she, at the beginning of this week, was sort of in danger of having to go back to the Q school.
Yes. Cameras down, please.
Yeah, trying to control these galleries has been a bit of a challenge, even though they are very well behaved, as Jerry said.
Look here, they have completely surrounded the par 3.
I know.
Taking pictures and videos every step Brooke makes. 7-iron for Christy. Be a good one. Nice draw. Very good line.
Shot.
But it's that putt, that distance, where she has just rolled it over the edges all week. So we'll see. To 9.
Marina Alex's third shot. The flag today cut over on the right-hand side. I think it's a little bit easier than when it was at the back right. There's a bit of a backboard there. Players can attack it from what we've seen so far more than they could earlier in the week. Back over to the 8th.
John Del Vecchio, our director, Beth Hutter, our producer in the truck, giving us a look at these images out here today. And you're right, the entire circumference covered with fans as Henderson gets ready.
This 6-iron for Brooke.
That lady even had her flash on.
Trying to get it to turn over, but center of the green.
Christy noticed the camera and the picture being taken.
And the lady had her flash on.
Yes. So please turn off the flash and the sound.
Okay, Christy, relax.
No rush. 10 under, Ricari, Lee, Sung-Hyun Park on this final day here in what is truly a beautiful city, Ottawa, Ontario.
Can you fly? Can you fly through time? Can you fly through space? Can you fly higher than me? Can you fly forever? Inspiration gives wings to the mind. Fly with your mind.
Like I said, style. Comfort.
Skechers Go Golf. Comfortable and stylish.
At Coors, we built the most powerful solar array at any one brewery in the country, producing 22 million beers each year, powered by the sun. Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
How would you like to be able to step up to the tee with a club, swing it like your 7-iron, hit it as consistently long as your driver, and more accurately than your fairway metal? Consistency is the #1 problem nagging recreational golfers. Sure, you can hit a killer drive 1 out of every 5 shots, but what if I told you you could do it almost every single time? Introducing the brand new GX7X Metal.
I've been playing golf a long time. I've never hit the first shot with a new club like I hit this one.
That's crushed.
I could get it out there further than the driver. That was impressive.
See how recreational golfers like you are using the new GX7 to cut strokes by going to gx7golf.com now. You will hit the GX7 as consistently long as your driver, and it'll also be as accurate as your fairway metal. If not, send it back for a full product refund. Get the right club for your game with the brand new GX7 X Metal. See the science behind the new GX7 by going to gx7golf.com.
Golf Now VIP. Book tee times without fees at over 6,000 courses. Earn free golf faster with more rewards for every round. All for just $99 a year. Visit golfnow.com/VIP.
We welcome you back to our Golf Channel coverage of the LPGA Tour. North of the border this week in Canada. Ottawa to be exact. Canadian Pacific Women's Open in the final round. This, the 17th edition under this format, 2001, but it dates back, has its roots all the way back. 45 events in 1973 when a Canadian won, and this young woman trying to become the first since then. Henderson for birdie at 8.
And she needs to make a few of these if she's going to be that person. The last 4 putts have all lacked for speed when they got to the hole. You can't really greens this speed afford to be too aggressive, but this one turning left a fair bit.
Just doesn't have the magic she had yesterday with the 63, dude. 7.
Second shot for Inji Chan.
From the first cut of the rough. 193 yards. This is her 22-degree hybrid. And a very good line. Needs to get up just a hair.
What iron would that be equivalent to, Gail?
4 iron.
That's why it's a tough hole today, the toughest on the course. Go ahead to the back 9, and Beatrice Shikari trying to set that target in the clubhouse. This for her 3rd straight birdie. Over 4 years since she last won on the LPGA Tour, the daughter of a soccer player, Jose Luis Recari.
Even rolled his R's. Did you hear that, Jude?
He's very, very good with all the European names.
Mirim Lee.
Good stroke there.
Did it get there? Just that much more. His Chelsea side won this morning, too. He's all excited.
2-0.
Yeah, he's been very pleased with Canada and their coverage of such.
Yes.
Almost as good as NBCSN, south of the border.
Don't go crazy.
Alex for a birdie. Great performance by Marina Alex, 9 career top 10s. Her best finish was a tie for 6th last year at the Volvic. So this could be a career best week for Marina Alex. Maybe a victory. Let's go to Recari trying to save par here at the 11th. Her father, by the way, coached for a little bit after he finished playing, and now he's a restaurateur. He owns a couple of restaurants in the Barcelona area, just south of there, and she says, you got to go. If you're ever in that part of the world, open invitation. The food, she says, is incredible.
As is a lot of the food in that part of the world. Christy Kerr now, can she make one of these?
It's a good look on a little bit of an upslope where the ball rests and turn left as it nears the hole. But she's got the other problems. She's in it through the break quite often.
Judy, you know how long she's been out here and how successful and major champ, and she wants to keep going well into her 40s and maybe beyond. She was the last person, we were leaving here last night, she was the last person out on the range last night.
There was no one on the putting green. There was no one in the bunkers. There was no one pitching. There was no one on the range but Christy Kerr and her caddy.
Yeah. As driven and motivated as she was at the beginning of her career.
And we give her a hard time once in a while. We give her a hard time a little bit because I don't think she'd mind me saying this. She's pretty direct about things. But she has also given us a lot of good golf and a lot of good entertainment.
By being direct, in part.
Yeah. I mean, she's a personality unto herself.
Yeah. Certainly has a focus. I mean, she notices, we talked about the picture being taken off the tee, but I mean, she is in her world when she's on a golf course.
Well, you have to say Christy Kerr is very professional.
21 years out here on the LPGA, 19 wins. And right now, all pars in this final round.
Third shot for Stacey Lewis at the 9th. Just needs to spin back, which it can do. There you go. A little bit of protection for the players today with that backboard.
Henderson with this left. Brooks Brigade. Some 300 kids out here to start the week. I think more than that now, wearing the T-shirts and watching a player who not all that long ago was their age. Still a teenager. 4 wins on the LPGA. Red is bad, green is good. Means you're within the top 72 and maybe on your way to Naples. The race to the CME Globe continues.
Back on the tee at number 9 with our top tracer technology.
Gorgeous swing there out of me rim. Good looking tee shot as well.
Just off the right side. That was a moment to go. Now,
Same thing.
No wind, right?
Rick Henderson.
Christy Kerr played as well and hit a nice tee shot.
There's a little bit of a camera off the left of this fairway, Jerry, so I suppose they can go left side and get a kick.
Yeah, her normal draw will hit into that hill and be fine, but it will rob it of some distance.
Very wide stance, and once again set up down the right rough line.
Beauty.
That is right down the middle. So this could be where she begins to turn things around. It's a par 5 here. Chance to make a birdie, maybe even an eagle. Let's go up to the 10th.
Back-to-back par 5s as we jump up to the 10th. Sung-Hyun Park. This for birdie and the outright. Never left the hole, did it?
No, never did. She's a young woman of very few words, but extremely talented.
So to 11 under, up by 1. Back to the 8th. In-Ji Chun trying to keep pace with a birdie. This is 7, actually.
Pretty good right to left.
Big right to left, Judy. Needs some speed to keep on line.
We saw a similar putt from Brooke Henderson. It just ran out of speed. I mean, a fraction more it would have gone in. That one needed a little bit more. In-Ji remains at 9 under par. Level par for the day. And we'll go up to the 12th.
Beatrice Riccari in the fairway here. Par 4.
All on the identical line that it was cut yesterday, just back a little farther in the green.
Look at that flag not moving a bit in this part of the golf course. A reminder, our coverage of the Winco Foods Portland Open, web.com, continues tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time. 25 cards for the PGA Tour available out there. You got 4 players after the 3rd round sharing the lead at 12 under. So we got golf action coming your way all day and night here on Golf Channel. Sung-Hyun Park at 5 under today. Remember, early going, golf course was playing a little tough, but now no wind to speak of. Great conditions, and the 2 players there, 2 of the 3 on top at 5 under on the day. Colbrock Larson, a tough day though, 3 over, playing in that final group along with Mo Martin and In-Ji Chun, and Henderson also at 2 over par. So they're the 2 players along with Lincecum who are over par on their rounds, that portion of the leaderboard. To the tee at the par 3 8th, and In-Ji Chun at 9 under.
And Terry, this group is really quite flat. Everyone over par. In-Ji has 7 iron. Looking to turn this over a little bit. One thing she does beautifully, Judy, is that tempo never changes.
Yeah, and as you watch her through the day, watch this player and how she has a very full golf swing and she finishes that backswing every single time. So many players, regardless of your level of play, get in a little trouble because you don't finish your backswing.
This is Jane Park on the tee at 15. 3 under for the day. Flag today tight over on the left side, well protected. Now that is spot on from Jane Park. What a tee shot. Jane's had a consistent season, but hasn't had a top 10 yet. Chance to do that here this week. That's going to get her to 7 under par. Now we'll go over to the 9th. Second shot for Christy Kerr. Easy home in 2 here, Jerry.
Should be easy. Yeah, 226 to the hole. It does play uphill, probably 4 or 5 yards. That's the adjusted number, would be right in the 230 area. Actual number to the front is only 212, so definitely.
Yeah, she gave herself a chance for eagle here yesterday.
She might have given herself a pretty good chance at one today if this gets up there.
Yeah, it's going to be just on the green. Oh, watch out. It's a pretty steep slope at the front of that green. I'm not so sure it's going to go all the way back down. No, it should be fine there. Come on.
Well, the good news for Christy is she can't see that from here, so.
Yeah, it's all right. Now Miriam Lee, she's got the firepower.
221. That came out like a bullet. Left edge of the green if it flies to the front edge.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. It's going to be really good indeed. So a good chance for an eagle for Miriam Lee, who's only 1 behind, so she could leapfrog Hyun Park as we go to the 12th.
She's already made an eagle today, as a matter of fact. Beatrice Riccari saw the approach. This for a share of the lead. It's a crazy game, though, Jude. Not playing well, can't find anything all of a sudden in 1 week.
Maybe the month away helped her to find something, because she's come in here firing.
Speaking of finding something, this could be the hole where Brooke Henderson turns her fortunes around. Second shot at 9.
206 front, 220 yards to the hole.
No,
that's
hates it. Well, they're going to get to meet their hero. But they were rather hoping for an eagle. Murmurs of the gallery.
Moans and groans of the gallery. Nicole Brock Larson ready to go at 8.
7 iron. Just trying to get right the ship, give herself a chance to get back in this. It's a great line.
Yes, it is. Shared the overnight lead with Mo Martin at 10 under, the 24-year-old from Denmark who's won the Symetra Tour, won on the Ladies European Tour, and now trying to do the same here on the LPGA Tour as they chase Hyun Park up by 1 and 5 under on her final round here in Ottawa.
On the tee at the 13th, Beatrice Riccari. Flag is on that area of the green that juts out forward into the water. And that is dangerous, but she's got away with it. That was right on the limit.
Well, they've made it a really tight hole today. Really tight where the hole is cut, and it's just 111 yards. To me, that's the signature hole of this golf course, is that par 3.
Yeah, move the tee up at the 13th. They're using that forward tee. Now we'll go back to 9, and Christy Kerr's ball stopping just at the right time.
Played that with a gap wedge, a low skidder, and then check.
Oh, wants it to go, and it's pretty good. Time for a birdie to get to 9 under. We'll go to 11. Check in with Hyun Park, the leader by 1 here at the CP Women's Open. Second to the par 4. It's okay. It's giving herself a birdie try. Dominated the Korean Ladies Tour last year before coming to the LPGA. We'll go back over to 9.
Yeah.
Pretty good lie here for Brooks' third shot. Plenty of green with which to work and not a lot of slope to deal with.
Yeah, she's got to get this up and down, Jerry, if she wants to go to that back 9 and try to light a fire under herself.
Rarely shows any sign of frustration, too. That was unusual.
Break to the hole.
herself a chance for a birdie.
On the green at the 8th, In-Ji Chun for birdie.
Just a subtle swing from right to left. A little downhill.
Ever-present smile. For good reason this time. Second birdie to go against that one bogey. 10 under, 1 back for the player who is ranked 7th in the world and 7th in the CME Globe race. And that was a moment ago. And now Nicole Brock Larson for birdie.
JK just a little right of center.
Brilliant shot in there. And a par 5 ahead.
Back over to 9 and Mi Rim Lee for an eagle.
And be her second eagle of the 9. That is a rarity and not a tough putt. She didn't see much breaking it at all in her consultation with her caddy.
7 eagles on the 9th for the tournament. None today. Playing slightly more difficult today than it has done earlier in the week in general. Simple 2-putt birdie though for Mi Rim Lee, and she moves to 11 under par, ties Sung-Hyun Park. So we have 2 Koreans at the top of the leaderboard. The Spaniard Rakari alongside In-Ji Chun. Top American at the moment is Marina Alex, who's going along well. Now Rakari's been fortunate here, Judy. It just kind of pitched in the longer grass and slowed down. Saved it from going, whoa, watch out.
Yeah, it's going to be an awkward stance, but I don't think this is a very hard little chip. The ball seems to sit okay. Oh, don't back up.
Don't back up, yeah. Delicate little shot. A chance to make a birdie. Wasn't far away. It's going to be a good 3.
Yeah, she had a certain style with that you really like in certain situations. A bit of loft, put the ball way back in her stance, took some loft off that club, and just hit a little low skipper.
This was the first round. And the galleries have been out all week watching Brooke Henderson. They weren't too happy though with what they saw on day 1, and Rakari's ball was bouncing around in a similar spot. Now an essential putt here for Henderson for a birdie.
Indeed it is. Turning left.
No, she's just not got it today. Over to the 11th. Sung-Hyun Park for another birdie. This will be for 4 birdies in a row. Take it to 6 under par for the day. The players who had seen Sung-Hyun Park prior to this year knew that she was going to be a force to be reckoned with. 7 wins on the LPGA Tour last season. And she's certainly brought that sort of form over to the LPGA Tours. Go back to 9 and Kerr's birdie. So that puts Christy Kerr to 9 under. As we are rocking along here at the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. Still anyone's for the taking. It's been a good little up and down here for Beatrice Rakari. Stay at 10 under. Don't think it's going to be good enough to win. She'll need a few birdies coming in. 5 holes to play. Take a look at a couple of pages of the leaderboard, and you can see the likes of Stacey Lewis, Christy Kerr, So Yeon Yu lurking. Mirim Lee, Sung-Hyun Park are both proven winners. As a major champion there in Park, Mirim Lee with multiple wins on the LPGA Tour. Brooke Henderson, though, is stuck in reverse at the moment, 2 over and not able to take advantage of that 9th hole. 68 today for Megan Kang. There aren't too many rounds in the 60s today, not as though we've seen the sort of scoring that we've seen earlier in the week. Let's go to 12.
Sharing the lead at 11 under, Sung-Hyun Park.
She hits the ball very high. She has a great move through the ball where she can physically really see her work to keep her head behind the ball. She almost has the old-time reverse C finish.
Reminder, you've got the PGA Tour champions coming your way, Boeing Classic. Tonight, when we are done at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, Jerry Kelly, the man from Madison, 65-66 first couple of days, with the lead at 13 under par. So from here to the PGA Tour champions and then web.com, full day of coverage of golf tonight.
Second for Mo Martin.
After a great tee shot from Mo, 265, now has 221 to the hole. Taking a rip at it with a 3-wood.
She's been hitting it a little bit longer this week, Judy.
Yeah, no doubt. She's hit the ball a few more yards than what we're used to. That might have just got in the deep stuff, but boy, she's had some 2 or 3 bad disasters with the putter.
Yeah, and that might not be easy. Maybe trying to take too big of a bite of the cake there. Got the taste of it, having driven it a little longer this week, but needs to keep playing her own game. Now Nicole Brock-Larson's a bit of a power player, Gail.
Definitely has the length to get there and hits the ball very high. So from 219, she's got hybrid, a 4-5 hybrid. A little bit of an uphill line. The ball is just a hair above her feet too, so it may turn over just a little bit. This is a great line. May need to go just a bit.
Oh, soft bounce, bouncing into that steep slope at the front of this green. Camera sort of flattens it out a little bit, but it really is pretty steep. If you run all the way down to the bottom of the hill on the left side of your screen, you can hardly see the flag. So she'll be below the level of the putting surface now. The final player to go is In-Ji Chun.
Just a yard closer. 218 to the hole.
It's a pretty good test of a hole position today because that right side of the green is the hardest part of the green to work the ball into.
And it is well protected by pot bunkers short of the green, Judy.
Oh, she flew it all the way there.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Middle of the green never hurts you, does it?
That was impressive from In-Ji Chun, who's not known as one of the longer players, but able to carry it all the way to the green and has given herself a great chance for an eagle. It's the 14th.
Beatrice Vicari on the tee here. Just under 400 yards, this par 4.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
You got
Sit.
water.
Sit.
Yeah.
That same water that fronts 13 runs all the way up the left of 14 in the driving area, and there's not a player in the field that it doesn't affect.
That could be very costly. Just one back, 5 under on a round today, but water trouble at 14. Playing the back 9 on the final day here at the Canadian Pacific Women's Open.
Nicole Brock-Larson seems to be locked into just practicing here, Gail. She can't seem to pull the trigger. Oh, here we go.
She took a lot of practice swings for this one. She does have a little bit of room to the right of the flag, which she will need to use. And that was very well played.
Well, it was worth the wait in the end.
Absolutely.
And we'll go to the 12th.
Hyun Park in the middle of the fairway, looking very good so far today. 5 under on the round.
Hole just on the right side of the putting surface.
Oh, so maybe a chance to take hold here. Hang on. Yeah, still with a chance. Take a one-shot lead. Swing looks good. Stroke looks good. Mirim Lee's third before the other two players in this group hit their second.
Yeah, hit it left. Was fortunate to even be able to find the ball. Pitched it out almost perpendicular. And that was from 265.
And now Brooke Henderson will talk things over with her sister Brittany.
No question she's going to go for it here. 227 to the front, 252 yards the hole. Ball above her feet a little bit. The fairway wood. That doesn't seem to upset you too much.
I think she can do that, can't she, Jerry?
Yeah, she can get it to the front easily. She can't take it directly at the flag and fly it to the green. And she certainly is not going to be able to fade it off this lie. Right now, she's just going to swing it one hard, aim it at the middle of the green, and take what it gives her. Well, that was hit very nicely.
Yeah, just didn't get that hop, but well done. What a difference 2.5 hours makes, though. High hopes when she arrived at the opening tee.
Inji Chun has this for an eagle and the outright lead.
She could be aggressive with this. It's a little bit uphill. Not a whole lot of movement. If anything, just a little bit left to right.
Inji Chun back into a tie for the lead at 11 under par when that goes in. Very sick earlier this year with a stomach issue. Had to undergo a procedure a few months ago. She was really struggling. Couldn't even eat.
Kerr's second at 10.
245 hole, side hill, downhill lie. Left this one out a little right.
Good bounce.
Yeah, the area short and right there is just almost a collection area. Kind of slopes into a bowl-like fashion.
Gonna jump up to 18 and see Austin Ernst, the 25-year-old, who's coming off the Solheim Cup. What a great experience that was last week. Finishes with a birdie at 18. Didn't have a great day. Started the day at 3 under, shoots 2 over 73. But it's been a heck of a couple of weeks for her. Meanwhile, Ricari, so was in the water off the tee, and now this, her third. Not quite.
They play that as a red line when they're playing the 14th before anybody who's a rules buff.
We had this discussion the other day, yes,
yeah.
Even though it's yellow on there, it is played as red on that side.
And please do not call in and ask us why it isn't marked red, because we find it curious also.
Yeah.
It's a birdie putt for Mo Martin.
She's having a bit of a rough day. She is one of the more consistent players on the LPGA Tour. She's a little Mighty Mo money machine.
Trying to make a little money here in Canada.
The fourth now at 10 for Mirim Lee.
Uphill lie, a little into the grain.
Yeah, just a little.
So quite a bit of work left to stay where she is at 11 under, sharing the lead. We take it at 12. Sunghyun Park is another player at 11 under, and this to get it to 12. Just kind of had that look today, Judy, from the start. Like she was going to take control.
But this is a player whose look never changes. It's hard for me to tell if she's unhappy or happy. And she's just very studied when she's on the golf course. She saw this ball go beyond the hole and move from right to left. So look for it now, back the other way. It didn't
Not really.
Right the way I thought.
She was thinking the same thing. So she should stay at 11 under. Meanwhile, at 10 a moment ago, the third for Kerr.
This was from a pretty significant uphill lie. Christie decided to try and fly it there and spin it.
And hit the flagstick. Pretty good aim. So Christie Kerr would go up and tap in for birdie, get it to 10 under, one back, and now Brooke Henderson.
Closest to the hole, the worst angle of the three and the flattest lie. So three pretty basic pitch shots. This would be the most difficult, but still not all that tough. Just have to open the face a little bit.
Gallery appreciates it. No doubt a change in the mood of these large galleries, but they haven't left. They are sticking with this group. And Henderson.
This is Rock Larson to get to 9 under. Back-to-back birdies to end the front 9, and she has battled back to just 1 over for the day. She had slipped to 3 over for the round through 7. Jane Park. This is a tricky spot here at the 17th. She's missed the green. Can't even see the ball, but it's come out really soft. Don't tell me she's holed it. Oh, great stuff. And no wonder she's cheering. That's going to move Jane Park to 9 under par with 3 straight birdies. And she is almost inside the top 5.
3 straight birdies and a par 5 to finish. An opportunity awaits. This for par, Mirim Lee. Drops back to 10 under and 1 off the lead now.
The par 5s are all real opportunity holes, but you cannot drive it poorly and get away with it.
No, that's what she did. Had to play out sideways. Was hitting her third from a long way away. Jerry, what have you noticed in terms of the galleries out here? They haven't changed in size, but how about the reaction?
They feel as bad for Brooke as she does for them right now, if that makes sense. They just want it for her more than anything. It's just amazing, Terry, the reception on every single hole, just walking down the fairway as she passes people, just a wave of applause follows her up the fairway.
No, it totally makes sense because, and she's expressed it, she hadn't described it as a weight, but certainly she feels the expectations and their hopes and how heavy that can be on an athlete.
Yeah, while she studies this birdie putt, let me tell you this. There was a British publication that does a yearly list of the world's most marketable athletes. And it sort of plays out over the next 3 years. In 2017, this 19-year-old was ranked 32nd in that list of global athletes.
You're talking global, you're talking all different sports. Soccer, obviously, as big as stars are across the world. Pretty impressive.
And Judy, she's been that mature and then that nice and everything since we met her at, what, 16, 17 years old. Still one of the best interviews in the business.
She cannot buy that first birdie of the day, Jerry.
No, that one looked like it was supposed to turn left, too.
Hyun Park to save par at 12. So she'll head to the par 3. And we jump up to 14. This is a bogey putt for Beatrice Riccari. Remember, she was in the water off the tee. So limits it to just a bogey. Looking for her best finish of the season by far. But is now a couple off the lead. It's In-Ji Chun, Sung-Hyun Park at 11 under. Kerr is right there, a chance to win yet again. Mi-Rim Lee drops a shot. And Marina Alex in position to maybe make a run at a victory. Started the day saying so many major champs were up there on the first page of the leaderboard and so many people were in the mix. It's still true.
Well, it is still true, and there's still time, but we need a birdie barrage from several people who need to get back in the chase here.
Look at all the people within 2 shots of the lead as we scroll all the way down to 4 under. Remember, that's where Michelle Wie was going to start the day, but we told you earlier, if you weren't with us, appendicitis and having her appendix removed this afternoon. Went to the hospital from her hotel this morning about 7 a.m. So we wish her all the best. At 13 now.
Sung-Hyun Park. Sensible shot. That's a mature golf shot right there from Sung-Hyun Park. No need to mess with the water. Just played it right in the middle of the green. Yeah, it seems like Michelle Wie just can't catch a break with all the injuries she has had, and then coming off the momentum of the Solheim Cup last week, and then for this to happen. Usually we've seen players come back within a few weeks as long as there are no complications with the surgery, but you know, with a major championship coming up in 3 weeks' time, certainly this is not what Michelle Wie would have wanted. So we certainly send her all the best, and also being that sick in a foreign country and not close to home is not a great situation, although I'm sure the care here is outstanding. You'd want to be at home. Now Brooke Henderson.
Second to play, Christy Kerr is in the left rough. Looked like it sat down.
Good shot, bro.
This is a little left.
She's getting a little down on herself, I think, Jerry.
She's getting mad, actually,
yeah.
and I'm not all that displeased to see it. She's got some fire in her eyes right now.
Now Mi-Rim Lee.
Time.
Just disturbed by something.
There are a fair few gnats out here, Tom, that fly in your eyesight, in your eyes, actually, sometimes.
Lots of good golf swings. This is one of them.
Mm-hmm. And it's not lacking for power either. And I think she really could add another 10 or 20 yards to her swing if she wanted to, but she loves that tempo. That's left as well.
Just had the big point going.
Doing a little marshalling. She can handle the crowd. Good.
Oh yeah. She knows how to direct traffic, is Christy Kerr. But they're celebrating their 150th anniversary. They have an incredible light show every evening at the Parliament building.
So this is how we stand right now. The final day of this Canadian Pacific Women's Open. In-Ji Chun and Sung-Hyun Park up, but only up by 1. Christy Kerr right there. Mi-Rim Lee coming off a bogey a moment ago. Ricari a bogey as well, falling 2 back, but so many players with still a chance as they are playing this back 9. Many in those final groups just starting to play the final 9.
Beatrice Ricari has reached the tee at the 15th, par 3.
.183 yards. Pretty good test. The hole is tucked on the left side of the green.
Well, it's going to be tough to make a birdie from over there, and of course donating $5,000 to the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario for every birdie made at the 15th. through 3 rounds, 39 birdies. That's $195,000. CHIO, as it is commonly referred to, is a pediatric health and research center and impacts more than 500,000 children and families every year. CHIO is committed to saving children's lives by improving all facets of their hospital. 7-year-old Xander Zutilny was born with a rare heart defect. By the age of 1, he had already undergone 2 open heart surgeries at CHIO.
He's a strong kid, and he's lovable, he's outgoing, and he's got a rough head. Like, he still has more procedures and ahead of him, but I'm sure at CHIO, he's in good hands, and science is changing every day.
Well, the people at CHIO has a great heart. Every time I go in CHIO, they make me feel comfortable. I feel relaxed when they help. I feel relaxed when they help me. And yeah, it's a miracle.
He's a good kid. He came into our studio earlier this week, at time in our booth as well, behind the scenes. So he's been getting the royal treatment, and he deserves it this week.
And Chun at 10, bringing it back.
Yeah, Tom, it looks to me like he's a little bit of a miracle.
Great kid. Yeah, he was in the booth hanging out.
At the 11th, this is Miriam Lee's second.
From 131 yards, his lip wasn't much of a factor. Pretty decent shot.
Yeah.
Sung Hyun Park for a birdie at the 13th. She is looking dangerous right now.
It's one of the flatter greens on the golf course.
Oh, that wasn't her best effort. Back over to the 11th, and this isn't looking good for Henderson. Jerry can't even see the ball.
No, it's not good, but it's not the worst. It's suspended a little bit from the bottom, so it's not completely gnarled in there, and it's only 131 yards. Even with the bad angles, there's still plenty of green with which to work. So in essence, this is doable, but you got to hit a really good shot and maybe get a little lucky as well. That's right, on short.
Yeah, bunker, at least a good lie.
Not the day that Brooke was looking for. Had a lot of pressure on her young shoulders here, close to home, playing in her National Open. Still, there's a good battle going on at the top of this leaderboard here in Ottawa.
Today's coverage is brought to you by the new Volvic Vibe, an ultra-soft tour ball for any swing speed. Feel the vibe. By Volunteers of America, helping America's most vulnerable. And by Consumer Cellular. Never pay for more wireless service than you need. This morning, Canadian Pacific CEO Keith Creel presented their tournament charity, CHIO, the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, with a check for $2 million. Donation was from all the funds raised here this week. Exceeded expectations, and another second check, this one made out to CHIO patient Xander Zutilny in the amount of $5,000 to be used towards his college fund. Great week, great work done all week long. And Keith Creel, the president and CEO of Canadian Pacific Railway, joins us in the booth right now. First of all, congrats on all these people being out. This is fantastic, this scene.
It's amazing. Certainly exceeded our expectations.
Oh, man. And the $2 million, too, earlier today. How important was that?
You know what? Honored and proud. It's hard to really capture it all in words, but to be able to give back to something that is so important, the heart health of a child, the heart health of Canadian citizens, the heart health of anyone. It all connects to us in a very emotional way, in a very, very meaningful way. So to be able to do that, it means a lot to us and our employees.
Important work here on the golf course, away from it, in the communities all across Canada too. Why has it worked so well? Why is it so important, this relationship with CP and golf?
Well, that's exactly what you just said. It's connecting with the communities that we operate in and through, that we serve. You know, we're honored to be able to participate and do that and give something back to the community, and at the same time, the legacy of golf, to be able to give back to the legacy of golf. And this year especially, the 150th anniversary of Canada, the event is held in Ottawa Hunt Club, Brooke Henderson's home course, the nation's capital. Lori Kane is here with us. It's just a phenomenal storybook tournament for us this week.
A lot of the crew out there watching the light show at Parliament last night too. It is quite a celebration, the 150th birthday.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on everything. Thank you very much.
It's our
good
pleasure.
to see you. Keith Creel, the President and CEO of Canadian Pacific, as we take you out to Brooke Henderson right now in the bunker.
Yeah, it's a third at the 11th.
Lengthy bunker shot, but a flat, good lie.
CP do such great work here, such great support for the LPGA and for golf here in Canada, and for the charitable giving as well. It really is a phenomenal effort. Such great excitement here this week.
Got to get me a red jacket for next year, though.
Oh, I don't know if you could pull it off like Keith.
I don't. Yeah, you're right about that. NG Chun rolling another one in.
You're not a guy who loves the bold colors, Terry. I'm not sure you could do it.
Really? That
that
sounds like a challenge to me.
Wow. If you see him walking around L.A. in his red jacket,
you might be right on second thought.
Snap a pic for proof. We'd like to see it.
Hey, but Tom, real men wear pink. He's got on a pink shirt today. He's making his move.
You know, I got a pink jacket in the wardrobe at home.
That's right.
I can't quite go
bring that
fully
out
to the jacket.
Okay, come on, make a putt, Brooke Henderson.
She'll be seeing red if this doesn't go in. Just for a par, Jerry.
Yeah, I should turn just a little bit left, Tom. Never seen her so fired up as I did walk into that last tee. She's mad at herself more than anything.
She has those little talks with herself, doesn't she?
Yeah, and they're one-sided and very firm.
Did make it. Nice. Oh, a chance maybe now to start bouncing back. Six behind. 7 holes to play.
Stand behind the green, please.
One of those at 11 under. Sunghyun Park and her second here at 14.
The hole's 9 feet from the left edge of the green. You can see the flag just over the bunker.
Right on our target. Well done.
Yep. So a chance to share. NG Chun, who just made that birdie a moment ago.
Curve for a par at 11 now.
Missed the green long left. Nice little pitch to here.
And that's going in.
Yeah, right in the middle as you would expect.
Christy Kerr's right there in the hunt. The win again.
Jane Park, quite a run. This from just off the green at 18. 4 in a row. No. Oh. Right on the coin. Still a very good final day.
Yeah, 65 for Jane Park.
Miriam Lee for a par.
A little aggressive on that first birdie putt.
Great look there at the redirection and her putting stroke. Keep an eye on that as the day goes on here at the Canadian Pacific Women's Open.
Turned out to be a beautiful day. We had cloud cover earlier today. Never was really threatening. Don't expect any rain today, but it's brilliant sunshine for the galleries here. That one having occupied that grandstand for some time early today. They were out here watching Henderson hit balls on the range, now on the tee at 12.
She liked that one quickly. Christy Kerr also hit a good one down the middle, playing first.
Yeah, that was a beauty.
Judy, I'm not sure. I mean, you can speak to the frustration of a top-level player having a bad day on the final day, but it's magnified so many more times because of this situation, how unique it is. Our top tracer technology now going to give us a look at the ball flight.
She too appeared to like that one instantly.
Yeah, she did. You know, Terry, I think what's really magnified today is it's not that she's being beat. She's beat herself so far.
Yeah.
Lewis tee shot on the way at 13. Yeah. Just a little hole today. Almost like a pitch shot for some players. 111 yards. Stacey looking a little down on herself that she hasn't been able to get more into the mix.
Look at that. As we tell you, you and 3 friends could win the trip of a lifetime to play 4 of Orlando's best golf destinations with Bubba Watson. Bubba's Orlando Road Trip presented by Volvic. Go to golfadvisor.com/Bubba's Road Trip now. How about that creature, Jude? Oh.
Is that like one of the bigger squirrels we've seen in a long time?
That was a squirrel. Maybe it was a camera angle. I don't know, but it looked huge. Now to 11.
And Mo Martin.
It's definitely struggling off the tee today. I've seen her in the rough probably more than she's been all year total. And now this ball sitting down a little bit, 130 yards, or excuse me, 144 yards to the hole. Hitting a 7-iron, and this pin way at the back of the green. You definitely don't want to be past this pin. It sounded just a little heavy.
She's not a player that can drive it wayward and get away with it. Her game is to drive it in the fairway. And John, much better drive.
Perfect drive. Slightly uphill lie. And this just a 9-iron from 130.
Ji Chun has had 10 top 2 finishes in her LPGA career.
And 4 this year, Tom. I'm sure she'd like to convert that.
Yeah, she's got a good chance here.
I'm taking dead aim at this flag. Oh, now it's off to the left. Goodness. Very uncharacteristic.
Inji's 10 top 2s are over 20% of her starts on the LPGA. So over 20% of the time she finishes in the top 2.
That's pretty good, and that's something.
She's played less than 50 events.
A lot of people would like to aspire to.
46 starts, 10 top 2s.
That's remarkable.
It is.
It is. I'm taking that in.
A little biography on Nicole Broch-Larsen, 140th in the world, 24-year-old from Denmark. She won on the Ladies European Tour in 2015 and was the Player of the Year that year. Won the Symetra Tour Championship 2016, coming over to the US to play Symetra Tour in 2016 and the LET last year. So that was a busy year for her, and then making it onto the LPGA. She just started working this week with Sophie Gustafsson, legendary Swedish golfer who's retired from playing and is caddying now. Sophie taking a break from Beth Allen that she was caddying for, and this combo, Gail, is working pretty well.
They sure are, and they're calm, quiet, sort of collected. 128 yards. This looks pretty good.
Oh, really good. And Broch-Larsen with a chance for a birdie to get it back to even par for the round. Battled back well.
Yeah, I like that. Christy Kerr talking things over at 12.
No, I think so. I mean, even if it hits close for the front, it's still going to chase him 10. It's fine to leave it under it. Be real disciplined here with our target. Finish on her ball. Or even just left of her ball.
Are you right of it? Like, what am I looking at right here with the bunker? That's short of the
That's
green.
short, yeah, but so there's only 4 right of it, but this is sticking out. So
that's like 10
it's almost right at the
like,
10.
That's like 10 on. 56.
It's 15 to clear everything.
Yeah, 6 is just too much, right? It's just,
6 is too much.
just add
It's
it.
only 45 front.
Just
so
right at it, right?
Yeah, right at to finish, just left. Good.
Some players would consider that almost too much information, but in Christy's case, she wants to know all the facts.
She likes a clear picture, Judy. Absolutely. It's a side hill lie, so not ideal for that hole location. 164 is what I have right to the hole. She's actually furthest away in this group, but playing second. Mi-Rim Lee played to give Christy some extra time after having taken a break at the tee, and Mi-Rim had a good shot up there underneath the hole.
Pretty good 7-iron, though, to get it all the way back there.
Yeah, and she turned it over. Oh, wow. Oh, goodness. Did the same thing on the previous hole, but that was out of the rough.
There's the ball of Mi-Rim Lee. Low the hole. And that's a bit of trouble for Christy Kerr. Misjudgment, execution, whatever.
Okay. I mean, it's probably a 3-yard drive, so just left it.
Brittany, a fine player in her own right.
Yeah, I had a spot on the Symetra Tour a couple of years ago before she decided to see what she could do to help her very talented sister.
That from 150 for Brooke. Nice looking line.
Looking for a first birdie of the day.
You carry it that far, though, we've seen it releases. So outside chance, perhaps. Love to see something, she would, to ignite the gallery, and has followed her around this golf course today.
Inji Chun looking at her 3rd shot here at the 11th.
Ball sitting way down in this rough. And this will swing from her left to right as it hits the green.
Gail, do you find it amazing? I mean, I certainly do, at the skill of people out of rough like this and lies like this with these delicate shots today.
Well, and I think too, Judy, you have to take into account too, the grass is different every week. So it's just amazing that how they adapt to it. Obviously, the skill level is very high, but being able to adapt is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it's just so unpredictable, and players are so good with those shots.
14. Sung Hyun Park, this for birdie to get it to 12 and share the lead.
Well, she saw the line and she tried to drill it into
Yeah, that's
the
about
hole.
as much expression as you're going to get from her, too.
Yeah.
Frustration.
Stacey Lewis for a birdie at the 13th. These need to start going in for Stacey if she's going to have a chance to win come the end of the day. But looking a little dejected now.
You know, Tom, I don't even know, and Terry, I don't even know if her airport is open in Houston.
I don't know. They were closing hospitals, I know, the last I checked, and trying to evacuate them. It's just really not only a tough situation on many levels, but they don't know how much more rain's going to fall. Perhaps up to 20 inches still to come. Incredible.
Well, Martin has a long birdie putt here, Gail.
It is a very long birdie putt. Tom probably close to 50 feet up the hill. And they're just trying to get it in a small circle. She struggled on the front nine with short putts. 4-putted, 1 green, and that was the result of getting a little greedy and getting it past the hole a little too far. And this looks to be a little bit wide.
Great speed, good putt.
Bad putt though. Go ahead to the 12th.
Here's where Christy Kerr ended up, her third.
Pretty flat lie. Had to get it up pretty quickly. That was played nicely.
It's a good look from behind, Judy, at how she does take that club back and then over much more than anybody else.
Yeah, Christy definitely has a little over-the-top move, which she has perfected. The club will come back pretty steeply, and then she's going to make a little move to the outside. See it right there? Not a bad move at all for bunker play. A little suspect for some people with their regular swing.
Colebrook Larson now for the birdie to get back to 10 under par where she started the day.
And she taken a very long time reading this. One of those putts, Tom, that you try to read something into. There's not a lot of movement to this. Perhaps just a hair to the left of center.
Stayed left.
Up.
Up to 12.
Mirim Lee for birdie.
Up the slope, turning left at the end, maybe a little right early.
Six-year-old from Korea who worked her way onto the LPGA via Q School back in 2013, and it is a busy time for those trying to do the same now.
Yeah, Q School is going on as we watch Sung Hyun Park. Let's see her hit this shot, and I'll fill you in.
Flag over on the left, as we've seen. Beatrice Riccari, we saw her miss the green here left a little while ago. She did get up and down for a 3.
Started out like a great shot.
And that is pretty good.
Well, the first stage of LPGA Q School is going on at Mission Hills Country Club, the home now of the ANA. And as we watch all these kids like Brooke Henderson, let me tell you, 24 teenagers in the Q School, 19 players from Sweden, and 9 players from India. The starting field was 362 girls and young women.
Henderson for birdie. Did it finally get there? Yes. And not much of a reaction. Half smile. That's about it. Well, if you'd have told all these people watching her to take it to the 12th hole before she'd make a birdie, they would have been shocked after the 63 yesterday. Well, maybe she starts to turn it around a bit.
Now Inji Chun. This for par?
This is for par, Tom, and a little bit of a swing from right to left. Was having a little bug trouble, backed off of it. And it'll be fairly quick, too. It's downhill. Great save.
Yeah, read it perfectly. Really good up and down that from Inji Chun. She remains out in front here at the CP Women's Open by 1 shot.
To 14, Nelly Korda, the 19-year-old from Florida, her second. 4 bogeys, couple of birdies today, so over par on the round.
She came through the Q School in 2016. Good shot.
With shots like that. So she's got a chance to get it to 5 under as they are chasing the lead right now, which is at 12 under par. Inji Chun 3 under on the day. A lot of golf yet to be played on this back 9 at the Canadian Pacific Women's Open here in Ottawa.
Back with Brooke Henderson.
Daunting looking little 111-yard shot here with the wedge. Gallery fully re-energized now, Tom. Brooke walked up the hill to this tee to a mini chance of Brooke's name.
Chance to knock one in close here, make a birdie, get everybody fired up.
I love these very tough, tiny par threes. I think every golf course should have one.
In the hole.
Shot.
She may not have liked it as much as she wanted, but it's not too bad considering what we've seen today. Let's go to the 15th, Hyun Park for a birdie. This to get to 12 under par and tie the lead, which is currently held by In-ji Chun. Did she hit it? Did she hit it? Not quite. That's how things stand. And we will go back to the 12th.
Par 4, well framed by all these towering trees. In-ji Chun.
And Terry, downhill, very pretty hole. This is right down the center stripe.
Yeah, those right-hand bunkers are pretty deep. It's difficult to play to the green from there, but beautiful shot in the fairway.
Christy Kerr on the tee at the 13th.
Gap wedge was a signal, not a breath of wind. This is aggressive.
Sit.
Oh, it's listening, Christy. It doesn't dare disobey the orders. Christy Kerr might just chip that in. We saw Beatrice Ricari earlier. Have a chance to chip it in. Now Miriam Lee.
Also a gap wedge signal for Miriam.
It's not simple at all if you're trying to get it close, is it, Jerry?
No, with a gap wedge or an easy pitching wedge from 111 yards, you shouldn't really think that there'd be fear in your heart on any shot, but that water is so close. There must have been some fear in your heart on this one.
Miriam 2 behind at the moment. And let's go ahead to the 15th. And we'll check in with Brittany Lincecum, who is back on 4 under. And that's a birdie for Lincecum. It's the first birdie of the day. It's been a bit of a struggle. Missed a lot of greens, hasn't hit too many fairways. Finally, a birdie on the card gets it a 5 under, 1 over par for this final round. Or can Christy Kerr chip one in at 13? We will find out when we come back to the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. Back on the 13th hole with Miriam Lee. Looks like she's going with the putter here, Jerry.
Yeah, ball pretty close to that fringe too. Solid contact, not guaranteed.
Can't have been solid.
No, it's almost a half top when you're in that situation. A shot you don't practice.
Back to 12.
In-ji Chun second.
From an uphill lie, downhill off the tee, now uphill to the screen. 147 yards with a 7-iron. This needs to go.
Mo Martin in there very close.
Looking back across the water at the 13th, where Brooke Henderson has another chance for a birdie here.
This one a little bit downhill, should be sliding right.
to be careful. It's just a 3 for Henderson.
16T, Hyun Park ready to go.
Now watch his swing from the impact area through the finish. There
You are
go.
absolutely right about reverse C. It was a great look from that angle.
Yep.
Perfect.
And she is a tall, kind of willowy player that that swing style really looks good on.
As we go back to the 13th, where Christy Kerr's going to go with the putter. I thought she might chip this.
She went back and forth between the wedge and the putter many times. Not sure what the consideration was. Just not a lot of green to work with to chip it.
Maybe should have chipped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough go with the putter when the ball's going to bounce that much. And any time when you putt it from off the green and the ball's in the air a while, it always comes up short.
Kerr leaving herself a bit of work, 2 back. Ji Chun, though, not in a good position at 12. Now Mi Rim Lee to stay 2 behind.
And an important putt here, every bit of probably 6 feet, slightly uphill. Pretty cool, calm, and collected character is Mi Rim Lee, Judy.
And the 3.
Yeah, Jerry, that is a lot of that's a common thread with the players who have learned the game in Korea. It seems they just have such an even temperament. You never see anybody really get too high or too low, just even all the time, which is how we sort of try to teach young players to play in competition.
How about this 3rd for Ji Chun now at 12 from off the green?
Well, this rough is almost 4 inches long, but she drew a very good lie. You can see pretty much all of the golf ball, and she's got not a lot of grass behind the ball. Her trouble will be that this takes a big swing from right to left, so she needs to play it out almost to the shadow of the flag. Take it to the right, just plop it up onto the green and let it feed down to the hole.
Just carried it a bit much.
I don't think she intended to go that close to the hole for sure, Terry.
No, and it just runs away. We've seen that here at 12.
That's that unpredictability of playing from that kind of grass.
Kentucky bluegrass.
Now Christy Kerr to save par at 13.
Right edge putt, perhaps?
Yep. Well, they'll head to that 14th tee, and the 14th tee shot, probably the most dangerous shot they're going to play over the rest of the round. Let's go to 16.
Hyun Park here at 16, her 2nd.
Set up just a little bit open with that short iron. It's the ball very high. Doesn't need to spin it when you just drop it down from the heavens.
That was a pretty look, wasn't it? That swing. So she's got a chance to share at 12 under. Up to 18, Beatrice Riccari 2nd. Remember, it's a par 5.
Comes here to this last hole.
What?
4 under par for the day, and maybe a shot a few people are familiar with.
Yeah, well, too many of us.
She would like to become unfamiliar with that one.
She'd rather it weren't on TV, too.
I believe she cold-topped it.
I thought maybe it was the camera angle at first. Nope. Back at 12, Ji Chun to stay where she is atop the leaderboard.
And she's faced this length of putt for birdie today, but not for par. This will have a big swing from left to right. And as it slows down, it will really break hard to the right. Great effort.
And still a smile. You just can't take that smile away. But she will drop a shot.
You know, last season when Ariya Jutanugarn had such a great year, she started smiling all the way around the golf course to keep herself relaxed.
Yeah.
So.
Chutanigan, by the way, missed the cut, the defending champ, and Lydia Ko missed the cut this week. Henderson on the tee at 14.
Lake on the left, sea of humanity on the right, and that is right center. Well, position A.
That's a lot of water you described. She avoids it all. Went after that.
Good.
That water stops at 274 yards off the tee, so I don't think anybody's immune.
No. Bakari was in it earlier today.
Christy with a 3-wood.
Yeah, she her miss with the drive today has been left, but missed with every shot for the most part. Scrambled to make par the last 3 consecutive holes. And that is well back. That's a long ways home from there.
But with that bogey from In-Ji Chun a moment ago, she is within 1.
Not sure she knows that, to be honest. No, there is a leaderboard walking back to this tee, too. She probably does. She likes to know where she stands.
If it reflected that, because it just happened a few moments ago.
Another fairway medal.
Does give you a little bit wider fairway, back this far as opposed to where Brooke hit it.
So 3 players from South Korea right now occupying 3 of the top 4 spots, and Christy Kerr the other one. At 12, a moment ago, Nicole Brock Larson to save par.
Fairly straight putt, uphill.
Good save.
It's an awesome save.
So they come down the stretch here in Ottawa. It's been a terrific week, beautiful week weather-wise, great city, great play, and a long way from being over. The Canadian Pacific Women's Open, 45th edition overall. Want to be in green in that overall race to the CME Globe.
Instead of standing there trying to hit a perfect.
Yes. Stand on the car path, please.
Conversation now over, and the calculations as well for Christy Kerr's second. Well back here, though.
Yes, 160 yards. Brady pulling her off the shot because players are ready to play in the final group on the 13th tee.
An old styles course also where the greens and the tees are fairly close together. Nice to play courses like that.
Tee up on the left. That's what she was waiting for.
She had a good picture in her mind for this shot. Hole location fits her eye, and this looks like a beauty.
Great shot. Really good shot from a long distance.
Trying to seize that opportunity, Christy Kerr. Just 1 off the lead. That's who she was waiting for.
Yeah, Nicole Brock Larson.
Pitching wedge, just a little one. Taking this just a hair left of the flag.
Yeah, fighting to try and get back to level par for the day.
Tom, as the day goes on, she's looking more and more comfortable.
Yeah, she still has a good chance.
Miriam Lee's second at 14.
This from 140 to the hole. A little right of it.
And Tower Green slopes that way from the left to the right.
Now Henderson last to play in this group.
Just 119, a little bit of a side hill lie, but more of an uphill lie. It's going to enable her to spin this quite a bit. And we've seen this green as one of the tougher ones to hold. So with a wedge from 119, she's really eyeballing that flagstick.
Boy, that's a big tee shot.
Mm-hmm. Look at how far right she aims, Judy. Chance for another one. She got her first birdie of the day back at 12. across the road past the clubhouse to 16, Sunghyun Park. Can she get it to 12 under? Yes. Beautiful stroke.
She has the ball rolling like it's just rolling on glass. It's really, really a smooth overspin roll.
6 under on the round.
Inji Chun trailing by 1.
Also with a pitching wedge like Brooke Larson. Not a big one. This looks like it might need to go a little bit.
Not dangerously short. It's going to be okay.
Now Beatrice Riccari trying to save par. Remember that second shot? She barely got off the ground. So that is a disappointing finish to what was a very promising final day. 68. So it's 3 under, but yeah, it's kind of how she feels. She had a great chance. Could have been a big, big Sunday.
Ji Chun's birdie putt.
Up a slight hill.
You can tell in her demeanor that she is one of those very patient players. Doesn't force too much.
She just seems like she's enjoying it all, Judy.
Two holes to play for the leader, Sunghyun Park. She's on the tee at the par 3 17th. Pin today is back right. Oh, she hates it. Oh, no wonder that is... Well. I wonder if it's actually an advantage there to be in the trodden down grass, Julia, whether that's going to make it even more difficult.
I think it's going to be an advantage because we see a lot of golf ball.
14 green, Miriam Lee for birdie. Lengthy one, though.
Lengthy one, gently uphill, but not necessarily a very slow putt at all. Well, it was pretty darn slow. She gave that a pretty firm wrap.
Had to make a number of those for par today.
Mo Martin trying to bounce back. This for another birdie.
Little uphill, little left to right. Looks like a great line.
Yes. Mo Martin fighting her way back after a really tough front 9. And she's at 9 under par, 3 back. But of course, Sunghyun Park is in a bit of trouble at 17. Let's go back over to 14.
And Henderson, a chance for another birdie.
Yeah, pretty good look here, too. Slightly uphill as well, and might turn slightly right, which doesn't seem right. That'd be to the back of the green, but that's what I saw. So close to the clubhouse, Terry and Judy, that if she makes this with all these fans out here, it could be quite loud.
Back to where she started the day. And though she's 5 off the lead, that noise is only going to grow, you know. She keeps doing that.
Brock Larson for a birdie at 13.
Pretty good swing from left to right. Little too much speed there.
You know, that's what it comes down to when a lot of people are playing pretty well, is who's making the putts.
And this would be a big one for Christy Kerr.
It would. There should be no doubt in her mind what it does, having watched Brooks putt on such a similar line, falling in with dead weight.
Christy, who started the day at 8 under par, 2 off the lead. All pars today except for the back-to-back birdies at the par 5s, 9 and 10. And this to get within 1.
She's working on 5 straight 1 putts as well.
Bold try. Most likely to settle for par, be 2 back.
This is the second shot now for Sung-Hyun Park at 17.
Well done.
Yeah.
I don't think you can miss a green here and get a lie any better than that one.
Now Brock Larson to save par at 13.
Not much to this.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
She didn't follow her routine, kind of hurried to hit that and hit it pretty hard.
Her chances of winning have slipped away really now.
Some left for par from Mirim Lee at 14.
Not a hard putt, though. A little uphill. Christy cleaned up her par putt.
Yep, nothing to it. And a couple of players from South Korea win this, and there's the walk across the road past the clubhouse through actually our compound. There are TV trucks there. Pretty nice greeting from everybody, no matter where she goes.
And how about you're so famous you get security on the right and the left?
Of course. And it is a pretty walk through the compound, isn't it? From 14 across to 15. So the final 4 still to come for Brooke Henderson.
You meet a lot of new people.
That's true. Nice people.
Back at the 15th hole, folks still making their way from the 14th over to the 15th, but a huge gallery already in place.
Bit of a daunting looking shot here, 183, into a pretty good breeze at the moment. She went right after it, turning a little too far left, though.
And it's found the bunker. It's going to be difficult to make a birdie from there. And $5,000, as we mentioned earlier, going to charity for every birdie that is made. The fundraising goal is 1.8 million. That will be used for renovations to the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. They call it CHIO. CP announced this morning they will donate $2 million to CHIO from their CP Has Heart fundraising effort. And you can still donate and support CHIO. CP will match all online donations through tonight, so you can go to chioheart.com. A lot of money will be raised, there's no doubt about that. Phenomenal effort from CP and everyone involved in that campaign. Now, Sung-Hyun Park for a 3 at 17. She got away with it. Got away with a poor tee shot, makes a par.
In-Ji Chun on the way, her second at 14.
147 yards. The wind has come up in their faces, and that is a beautiful shot.
Wow.
Well, that was another great example of that very full backswing. Swings the club right to a place at the top that is parallel, and she never gets too short.
The leader by 1, Sung-Hyun Park, final hole. And it's a par 5.
And she is long, but I don't know if long enough to do this into. It's 5:23 on the card.
That looks like it could give her a shot, though. We'll see. Back to 15.
Yeah, Mirim Lee on the tee.
4-iron, breeze picking up. Christy Kerr hit 4 hybrid. Got aggressive and missed the green long and left. This one's not going to miss the green long and left. Right up the heart of it.
Sung-Hyun Park in the 5th to last group out. Mirim Lee, along with Brooke Henderson, Christy Kerr in the 2nd to last. Christy Kerr's tee shot missing the green way left. And to 14 we go.
And Mo Martin's second.
This from 137. The wind is picking up a little bit, and it's the complete opposite direction that players have seen all week long.
Okay.
Back-to-back birdies for Mo Martin to get back into the mix. That one not really birdie range, but we'll see. Shen Feng, this at 16, her second. She's at 9 under. An early bogey. That was back at the second, 3 under since then. And good luck here too, Jude.
Yeah, very good luck.
To get it to double figures, and she'd only be 2 back.
Everywhere Brooke Henderson goes this week, she's getting incredible support. Look at those scenes. Not that many Canadian players to have won on the LPGA Tour. Brooke is in a pretty exclusive group. There's only one of these players that has won in Canada.
And that is Jocelyn Barraza in Montreal in 1973. Sandra Post is visiting today. She will award the Low Canadian medal when they get to the presentation today. And we have to remember Dawn Coe-Jones. She passed away last year at age 56. Made her home in the Tampa area with her husband and son, and had a short but very, very tough battle with cancer. Really missed here in Canada.
Hey Brady, should we go? Or?
That's what the yellow ribbons have been that you've seen on players' hats this week. She was a real favorite in Canada, but made her home in the U.S. for many years.
Too young.
Very much so.
Oh, right, so yeah.
We've heard from Gail Graham as well, who's been working with us this week. Couple of wins on her LPGA resume. Very much appreciated here in her home country. Now Henderson, second out of the bunker.
Not really a tough bunker shot, Tom. A little bit of an uphill lie, plenty of green to use in order to get it close. It should have a fair bit of spin on it. Got it heavy.
Just when there was some momentum in her favor, she needs to hold that one for a par.
Yeah, she went a little deep after that one, and for those who don't have sand that looks this color, a lot of people are playing on sand in Florida and other places that's very white. This is more like that real old grainy construction sand.
Back at 14, Mo Martin birdie try on the way.
And quite a bit uphill. Needs a little more speed.
Yeah, we've seen that putt. It is slower than players have judged. Would have been 3 in a row for Mo. By the way, Jocelyn Barraza, that win back at 73, who'd she beat?
You love it, don't you? She beat Sandra Haney and myself in a playoff. And to the joy of all of Montreal, Canada, and Canada in general.
You got revenge in 77. Don't worry. This for NG, birdie. Oh, no.
That was not her best stroke today.
No.
Yeah, she gave up on that one, Gail.
What would have been a share of the lead. $15.
So what's happened to Christy Kerr here, Jerry? Is this her third shot?
Yeah, she was over in the trees that she's just in front of now. Dead stymied from a tree. Had no chance to really get it on the green. Just advanced it to here. Trying to scramble for a bogey.
Whoa! Good job, it hit the flag.
I haven't seen too many cases where this golf course allows you a big mistake. We're not seeing players get away with bad ones. You pay a price everywhere.
Part of that surely has to do with the setup and the rough here.
Yep, for sure.
That wasn't far away from dropping in.
Shen Chen Feng mentioned this for birdie after seeing the approach. Don't count her out. I know she might be running out of holes to play, but she's at double figures.
Very subdued in her dress today, Terry.
I know. Much different than yesterday.
15th hole and Miriam Lee for a birdie. Be a good time to make one.
Martin trying to save par at 14. Okay. So she is still 3 back. She'll make the walk through the TV compound now. Won't be as heralded as Brooke Henderson's walk, I don't think. Not as many people with her. There is Brooke.
It's a pretty compact venue here, and they've done very well with the way that it's been set up. There's not a huge amount of space, and I think we've all been blown away by the amount of people that are here, but the organisers have marshalled it very well. Now, Henderson for a par. Going to be a bogey, unfortunately, for Brooks. She's going to fall back.
First played here in 2012, played in the CP Canadian Open. Her best finish was last year, which was a tie for 14th, and that's kind of not all that interesting when she had a chance to win today.
Yeah, Sung-Hyun Park with an iron. Here her second at 18, the par 5. Well, that answers your question.
So I told you she was pretty long.
Whether or not she could get there in 2, iron in hand, and on
wow.
the surface, what a finish it could be for Sung-Hyun Park at 12 under at the moment, 6 under on her round. We brought our Golf Channel coverage north of the border here to follow the LPGA Tour and the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. Terrific final day. So many different names in the mix throughout the day. Major champions on the first page, and it's Sung-Hyun Park who has the best chance right now as we take you out to 15 and In-Ji Chun.
And that is your 4 hybrid, 22 degree. Pretty safe shot. The wind started to pick up here a little bit, and it's blowing into the player's face.
And on the tee at 16, Mi-Rim Lee.
Left side of the fairway would be the ideal place here to give you the best angle in. It's a strange fairway, can't really see that well from the tee, but this is right. That could be tree trouble.
Rough trouble, and maybe on the next one, tree trouble.
That's what I mean.
Shen Feng coming alive later in the round. Birdie at 14, the birdie at 16. That's the tee shot to 17. She likes it, but it's too short. 148 yards today.
Brooke Henderson on the tee at 16.
Into that breeze.
Oh,
yeah, fans got it right on this one, Terry.
With a distinct Canadian accent.
So aim at the right edge of those people?
Yes, good.
Up to 17.
Jae He. Bit of a mixed bag today. She's level par. Well, she hated that. I'm not sure why. There's a little downslope there, and she pitched the ball right on it. Maybe embarrassed.
Well, it's going to be a good move. It's going to be back-to-back birdies.
Take a look at the scores today. 65 from Jane Park. It's going to be a top 5 finish. That'll be her best of the year. Hyo-Joo Kim playing well. 66. Nicole Brock-Larsen starting the week at 91st on the money list. Got 3 more events after this to get inside the top 100. That avoids the Q score. So Nicole Brock-Larsen was not guaranteed anything coming into the week, and she's played well enough now to surely secure enough money to avoid the Q School and maybe get into some of the bigger events towards the end of the year. But let's go up to the 18th now. An important putt, Terry.
Big putt. This for Eagle. Sung-Hyun Park, the 23-year-old in her first year on the LPGA. We saw her a number of times last year, including the major championships, and a dominant year last year in Korea. Major champion now, but this for Eagle. Online, that left for birdie to get it to 13 under. Post a number, she'd be 7 under on her round today. Just took hold early and really never looked back. Couple of marks in her way. 17.
Shen Shen Feng for a birdie. It'll keep the run of threes going. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. She may need a 3 at the last. Even a 3 on the 18th probably won't be good enough. At the moment it would be, but of course Sung-Hyun Park has a short birdie putt to come.
How about, you think 5
16 right rough, me around Lee.
I rather trust the 5. Yes. I'll go left side. See where the rough cut on it's like the 100-yard shot? You have to stay on top of it, okay? Swing hard. If it even goes over, it's better.
I don't see any chance of getting this on the green out of that deep left. Can't get the ball to curve. To keep it as low as she would need to for as long as she would need to is nearly impossible, but you never know. Well, that's pretty incredible right there.
Impressed the gallery.
That landed just in the rough to kill it enough to take the speed off it. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
You know, the golf course is roped in such a way, and the golf course works in such a way that the gallery, the fans here, have seen a lot of golf pretty up close.
Yeah.
And I have to think people just walk away shaking their heads at how good some of these players are, how far they hit it, and some of the shots they can play.
Agreed. So Sung-Hyun Park taking care of those marks. And now this for birdie at the last to post a score of 13 under. Some kind of final round for the 23-year-old from Seoul. Saw the 63 yesterday from Henderson, a 64 to take the lead, be in the clubhouse, and watch the rest of the action.
That's her second 64 this season. A really impressive player. When she won the U.S. Open, she won it with 67 on the weekend.
And a couple of players from South Korea to win this event, including So-Yeon Yu, the last one in 2014. There, right over those marks, pitch marks. Old ones. Big time charge on a Sunday here in Ottawa for Park. Meanwhile, at 16, Henderson second.
And a microcosm of her day, hit a really nice tee shot right in the middle of a sand-filled divot. 143 yards of the hole. Real steep angle of attack, which you need off that line. A really good-looking shot.
Many have come up short here. Right, 15.
Ji Chun for a birdie.
She was a very observant spectator for Mo Martin's putt, and she saw her Mo's go a little further left than what hers did. Great speed, though.
Yeah, good long putt.
And Ji Chun's 2 back. 3 holes to play. chasing Sung-Hyun Park. The final hole is a par 5. Not sure whether In-Ji would have the firepower to get home in 2. It's going to be a race to the finish for In-Ji Chung.
Plays so much. I mean, he's out there all the time. Country music star now, formerly of Uri and Lofish. 16 Chun.
And that is pretty good. Just right of center.
So In-Ji, 2 off the lead now of Sung-Hyun Park, who's in the clubhouse at 13 under. Up to the tee at 18, Shen Shen Feng.
I'm going to say this one more time. I don't think Shen Shen can get there in 2. But more power to her if she can. She drives it in the neighborhood of 250.
Moved up a little bit here. We saw Sung-Hyun Park with an iron get to that green a short time ago. Back to Brooke Henderson. Taking a long look at this one.
Yeah, Mirim Lee had to move her mark 2 putter lengths out of the way after leaving her 85-footer about 12 feet short. This one just comes down a little slope early. Should be dying right, although the way she had Mirim move the mark, I'm not sure that's what she sees.
Mirim Lee with a par putt. Remember that play from the right rough to the front edge of the green. Got it to here. Now to save. The second to last group with the largest gallery, of course, all day long.
Well, this is what do you need to make this and finish birdie eagle, don't you?
Yeah. Exactly what she would need. That's an image, Judy. So Lee's going to drop a shot.
For Brooke, it's the tough part about this game. As the day wears on, you more and more realize you're running out of holes. And there really isn't a way to turn it into a good round. You can still play the last few holes as well as possible.
Come up to 18, Marina Alex. This for eagle to finish up at 11 under. That would be second place right now with Chun.
Well, I'm talking about 18 being hard to reach. The fact is the tee's moved up a little bit today, but it's not moved up that much. It's still about 505 yards. And we're seeing some players get there, and the green sits kind of up. So the last few yards there, it is elevated. And we're seeing some pretty good strikes.
10 under to finish up after the 68 for Marina Alex. The 27-year-old American would be her best finish of the year. Kerr for par at 16.
That's incredible.
It had to go left, Jer.
Right on cue it did, too.
Yes, it did. Of course it did. With purpose to the next tee. As we keep it here for Brooke Henderson. All right, I don't want to be trite. I don't want to be cliche about this, because people talk about a learning experience, and I think oftentimes you can learn when you win and not just when you lose, but it does stay with you a little more dramatically. What will be, you think, the takeaway today for her?
I don't really know. I mean, I don't know what you learn from this. every time you play under a great deal of pressure, whatever that pressure comes from, whether you're putting it on yourself or whether it comes from fans or whether it's just the situation, you learn to handle the pressure a little bit better. But she should leave here really happy about that round yesterday. It was spectacular.
Back on the 17th tee with Brooke Henderson.
Brooke going with 6 iron, slight breeze in from the left. This has potential.
Oh, they'll love that. Folks been waiting all day at that 17th to see this young lady.
In-Ji Chun back at 16 in the fairway a moment ago. Still very much with a chance.
Sorry, Terry, this from 147, 8 iron.
Oh, got hung up. Just needed that one more little bit of a kick.
A little bit of breeze there coming into him. I'm not sure they could feel it down in the fairway.
Yeah, player after player coming up short there. Sung-Hyun Park, just in case. Think back to what she did on the Korean LPGA last year, Judy. 7 wins, absolutely dominant. And then coming over and first year on the LPGA now, a major champ already.
Big lead in the Rookie of the Year race.
So check out our Up to the Challenge presented by Prudential. Certainly was. Sung-Hyun Park. Got the putter working early today on the front 9. And at 8, this at 10, the par 5 from the edge. It's in that group with Caroline Headwall and Brittany Lincecum. And they were quite a ways back. They were 5th to last group, so not in one of the last couple of groups here. You don't necessarily think about her when the day started, but you put this together, shots like this, putts like we're seeing, 7 under 64, and that'll get it done.
And she's out there, she was out there, probably not thinking about winning the golf tournament herself, but concentrating on completing a really low round of golf.
Prudential up to the challenge. Sung-Hyun Park trying to hold on. Done for the day, at least in regulation. 3rd at 16, In-Ji Chun.
This should swing from her left to right, and it needs to go.
Yeah, it was chunky out of that grass. Got a little farther than I thought it would.
Miriam Lee now for a birdie at 17.
See if she can run in a longer one here. Moving right a fair bit.
And her chances of winning are pretty much over. She would need to hole her tee shot on the next, which seems pretty unlikely.
Think?
Now, Christy Kerr for a birdie.
You're so perceptive, Tom.
Oh my goodness. Don't, Judy. This one's slightly uphill for Christy. Maybe moving a little left.
Christy Kerr is going to stay at 9 under par and be a good week, but not one where she's going to claim another one of those points towards the LPGA Hall of Fame. I wonder why she chose that visor. It's the power of Brooke Henderson here. It's for 2.
Not much break, pretty simple putt.
Henderson back to level par for the day. A chance to finish with a birdie, maybe even an eagle on the 18th. And all those people rush over to the par 5 to see Brooke play her final hole of the week at home here in Ottawa.
Back on the tee, the final hole on this final day, the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. Top Tracer Technology giving us a look at ball flight for Brooke Henderson.
Ooh, Top Tracer's got to look good on that one, Terry. That might be her best of the day.
A moment ago, she didn't even watch it.
Way up high, though. Wow.
Stand, please.
Stand still.
Me Rimley now.
That too was hit solidly, little tiny baby fade.
That one's in some new park country.
Yes, it is. We got home in 2. Marina Alex got home in 2. Players coming in these final groups. Back at 16, Inji Chun, important par putt.
Nothing to this, just listen for it to drop.
Yep. Good call. So, trailing by 2 with 2 to play, including that par 5 to finish up. Not done yet. At 18, birdie putt for Shen Chen Feng. And what most are doing here. Good move today, though. 3 under. Got up to 10 under par.
It's a great tournament with a great field. Everything they do here at the CP Canadian Open, it makes players want to come back. Caddies want to come back. They give the caddies a really nice gift card every year. They just do those little things that make this tournament very special.
Inji Chun, 2 behind, 2 to play. Birdie here will go a very long way.
Sure will, Tom. This is a 7-iron. Wind's hurting just a breath from her left and towards her.
Come on, be there.
Oh, it just needs a little more. If it had gone maybe 3 or 4 yards more, it would have been right down by the hole. It's going to be a quick putt for Inji Chun with the birdie. Let's go to 18.
And the green, Stacey Lewis with a birdie try to finish up at 8 under. Been a while.
Back over to the 17th, and Brooke Larson with a tee shot.
And she has 8-iron. A few European players out here watching her play this afternoon, including Emily Pedersen.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It's kind of nice to get some support from your fellow players, countrymen, and continent. Pretty nice shot.
Emily Pedersen, of course, was a pick in the Solheim Cup. Brooke Larson will be looking to follow suit in future years, qualify automatically. Let's go to 18.
Shen Chen Feng finish up with a par. There you go. 10th year out here, 7 wins, major championship, 68-68 over the weekend. And you're talking about what they do here. Very proud of the history of this event too. It has its origins back, well, in the early 70s, but of course it was a major championship for many years, 79 through 2000 at Du Maurier, and they treat it that way.
Oh, very much so. And you know, for everyone who comes here, not just the Canadians, this is a national championship.
Yeah.
And it is treated as such by everyone.
7 under for Stacy Lewis. And as a former champion, let me just tell people, you are huge here. I mean, it's Brooke Henderson-like trying to get around this golf course when I'm in the cart with Judy Rankin coming to the booth.
It's the magic of television. It has nothing to do. No one knows I won here so long ago.
Autographs.
Yeah.
People want to take pictures. It's crazy.
Hey, Brady, could you guys just move over a bit? Thanks. Are they gone, babe?
Second shot at 18.
I really just like at that tower, and then it should catch that ridge. You mean just right at the tower, right? Yep. You don't have a great lie here. Yeah, it's sort of below your feet, sitting down in a way.
Well, no matter what she does here, it is going to be one very impressive walk to the green in front of this crowd that'll be so appreciative. But the shot's 219 yards, 189 front.
He told her to take it right at that tower. That's the Golf Channel camera tower.
Yeah, it needs to draw.
So certainly reached with ease, but all the way through. And the other aspect of this, a sister out there, 2 sisters experiencing this. Got to be special.
Well, you know it is. They talked about their experience at the Olympics last year together, but right now, Inji Chung.
23 feet. Should go just a hair to the right at the end, and that has not got enough speed.
Wow, she needed that to get within 1 and give herself a chance to force a playoff with a birdie on 18, and now she's going to need an eagle on that final hole to 18.
Christy Kerr.
211 to the hole for Christy. This is a good looking shot.
Yes, it is.
In fact, the best that we have seen into this par 5 and 2. That would get Christy to 11 under into a share of second for the moment, at least, with Inji Chun. Miram Lee now.
208 to the hole with a 3 hybrid. Right up the middle.
Making this look like a par 4, Judy.
Even better. Well, like I said, the tee was moved up, but very little. It is still over 500 yards. Fairways a little firmer than they were early in the week. Rain at the very beginning of the week.
That walk different than she envisioned. She and her sister up to 18. Somewhat bittersweet, but still plenty of sweetness.
Together, they loved that Olympic experience. They stayed in the Olympic Village and got to meet and be with so many great athletes. She did what she needed to do this week. It's kind of like all right now with Canada and its golf world. She contended.
Still a teenager and a superstar in this country and in the world of golf. Smiths Falls, Ontario, 39 miles from here. Not only in her home country, but basically at home. So many family members and friends here watching this week. And the magic of yesterday, they're going to remember that for a long time.
Nicole Brock-Larsen for a birdie at 17.
Should slide a little left to right downhill.
Good roll.
Yeah, nice way to finish up.
That's a great roll.
One hole to play for Nicole Brock-Larsen, and around about this time of year, players start to think about the lucrative events towards the end of the season, and she's battling to get in them. So this finish here could be really lucrative for Brock-Larsen. Meanwhile, Sung-Hyun Park and her caddy just waiting it out.
She almost smiled, Tom.
I saw a smile on the 18th hole.
We got thousands of people who actually were here to watch Brooke Henderson, and I'm sure a few million will claim to have been here in the years to come. Certainly youngsters.
Meanwhile, back on the 17th in Ji-Chun, this is an important putt. Has to make this to have a chance. Needs an eagle on 18.
And as we have seen, it is very doable, although we have yet to see one at 18. That could change.
It's gonna come out of there. So just nice, high and soft.
Lie's decent, Jerry.
Yeah, the lie's not the issue really. It's the slope of this green. The only way I think to get this close is hit the flagstick. A little bit of a downhill lie as well to make it even tougher.
Yeah, we've got a picture now at looking back at Brick from short of the hole, and you can really see the slope, feel the slope even on your television screen.
Mentioned earlier, Judy, the marketability and her future and what is to come. There's going to be a lot of years out here at this level and beyond.
Well, she loves to do this, and you know, I don't know how long Brooke will play, but I know that she has wanted to do this all her life, and she always says she's living her dream. So we'll see where that goes.
Nicole Brock-Larsen on the tee here at the last.
And she definitely has the length to get there in two. Just find the fairway and see if she can manage another red number. Make a few more dollars towards keeping her card for next year and having good status.
Going to carry on through.
Oh, she carried right over the top of that tree, Terry.
Yeah, she did. Sitting up nicely.
Almost helps your play to the green to be in that first cut of rough, because the ball sits up with a little cushion underneath it.
Up on the green, Christy Kerr for eagle to finish at 11 under.
A little bit of a slippery one, partner from this part of the green. The back left quadrant slopes away.
Well, you got to give her her due. Forgive the age reference, Christy, but she is 39 years old. And she played her heart out last week at the Solheim Cup. Said she never slept so much since she got here to Canada. But she has not missed a beat and played really well this week.
And it was a bit of a classy move walking up the fairway. Christy applauded for Brooke along with all the fans and then stopped so that Brooke takes center stage and have it to herself, Judy. It was nice.
Yeah, that is good. And I do believe that Christy and Brooke played together in the first two rounds. So
they did. In fact, on that day two, when she made a run to make the cut right on the number, Christy Kerr right afterwards said that was really impressive. That was more pressure than a major championship. Chun on the tee, needing eagle.
And she's got this going down the center of the fairway.
Yeah, good tee shot.
So this is a possibility. Up on the green, birdie putt for Brooke Henderson. You know, think about it, Jude, and ask you what she might learn from a day like today, and there's not a whole lot. You might want to forget about it on some level. However, it is a different type of experience that she has now been through. And you go along in your career, and you do experience different things. And this may be unique to her. Nobody else in the game right now would be able to go through something like this or even have that opportunity. And every bit along the way is a building block.
You know, as a player, and anybody who's ever been in really tough competition, there are things on that golf course and on the first tee and on a green that simply make your heart race. They just do. And you have to learn how to control that. You have to learn how to perform while that's happening. You have to learn how to not let that happen quite so much.
This for eagle, get it to 11 under. There's the eagle at 18 we've been waiting for.
Very nice.
Lee, 11 under into a share of second right now with In-Ji Chun.
I tell you, I watch Brooke and even her sister, and this was kind of a family moment. I happened to be on a golf hole in Dallas, and I watched Brittany and Brooke talk about a shot that was a very difficult shot. They were kind of in the trees and this and that. And Brooke took a really big chance and hit a shot I couldn't quite imagine. And her dad was there, and I said, Dave, what in the world was that? She actually pulled it off, as it turned out. And he just said, welcome to Brooke's world. So a lot of people here yesterday saw Brooke's world when it is just really clicking on every cylinder.
They've been a part of Brooke's world the last couple of days. Disappointing, yes, but an experience unlike any other. These are her own. And she is loved here in Canada and will be for many more years. Just waiting. She hasn't left that area, though, Sung-Hyun Park, just to see if In-Ji Chun is going to make eagle at 18 and force a playoff. And here is In-Ji Chun. You see the numbers on 18 today, and we just saw the first eagle. It is possible.
Jerry, she's got 240 to the hole. Ball is very slightly below her feet. And going with 3-wood. This looks to be going just a bit to the right.
Needed a break. Didn't get it.
Oh, that ended up on the flat of the bunker.
So she'll need a bit of a miracle now. Have to hold that bunker shot to force a playoff.
From that distance, small miracle.
Miracles happen. Today's coverage is brought to you by CP, proud title sponsor of the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. By the new Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Choose the best for your game. And by Prudential, official financial services provider of the LPGA. Back for the third here at 18 from Mo Martin.
And she's got 75 yards to the hole, can fly it almost all the way there. This is a strength for Mo, as she's not the longest player, as we know, but her wedge game is outstanding.
She needs birdie here to join the group at -10. That's a big tie for fourth at the moment.
Judy, this needs to go.
Yeah, the sun seems to really be blinding players coming up 18, Gail.
It's getting them right between the grandstands. There's a little bit of a break in the grandstands, and it definitely is a definitely is a problem from the angle that Mo is at.
Okay, it comes
She
down.
shouldn't have any problem with that.
Comes down to this, though. He's got to hold this bunker shot, and you were taking a look as we first saw it and just shaking your head. She didn't want to accept the congratulations yet. Not an easy one, Jude.
No, it's a very long shot, and she's got that little part that's coming out. If the ball was 1 foot more to the right, she'd have a lot better opportunity. She's got to get it up really quick, Gail.
Yeah, 1 foot to the right or 1 foot back. She's got 40 yards to the hole. Her caddy walked it off and does need to get it up fairly quickly.
You know, you could try to pick this clean, but that's really hard then to get the ball up quickly.
Absolutely, especially in this situation too.
And if you're not going to do that, you might not play it with a sand wedge. You might take a little bit less loft, but that is another problem with this big lip.
And she caught that really heavy.
And that's not going to get there, so it is now official. Sung-Hyun Park, the 23-year-old from Seoul, South Korea, is going to win her second national championship. U.S. Women's Open champ from earlier this year in her first year on the LPGA. As we send it down to Jerry with Brooke Henderson.
Thanks, Terry. Well, Brooke, it wasn't the storybook ending you wanted and so many thousands of other people around here wanted, but what will be your lasting memory from this week?
It was amazing. You know, these crowds were incredible, and to have that support behind me from the very start of the week, from Monday on, you know, they were out here following and cheering me on, and it was so amazing. And, you know, today didn't go quite as well as I would have liked, but, you know, still having that support around me was amazing, and I'm going to remember this week forever.
What were the different emotions you might have felt out there this week as opposed to other weeks?
You know, I got off to a little bit of a shaky start, but the fans helped me stay in it, and, you know, I made the cut on the number, shot a great round yesterday, and then, you know, even par today wasn't too bad. It was a little shaky at times, but to finish with a couple birdies on the back was really helpful, and, you know, the golf course was in incredible condition. It was just perfect weather, perfect week, and, you know, I'm just really thankful to CP for everything that they do as well.
What was the feeling walking up the 18th fairway to that incredible applause?
Yeah, you know, I just can't wait for the day that hopefully I'm hoisting that trophy and I can hear that applause a little bit louder. But, you know, they, like I said, they were just cheering me on the entire day, and it was just amazing.
Great job, great week. We look forward to the future.
Thank you.
The wait continues for Canadian fans. Our innovative shot of the day presented by UL. The tee shot at 17, the par 3 from 148. Knew at this point she didn't have a chance to win, but that gave him something to cheer about. And cheer they did throughout the week, all 4 days, our UL innovative shot of the day. So it's been 44 years since a Canadian won this event, 1973, and I'm sure they'll be out in full force next year, hoping that she can get it done. Updated race to the CME Globe standings with So Yeon Yu at the top. Lexi didn't play this week. Sung-Hyun Park moving up to number 3.
You know, Terry, one of the other things I think everyone will take from this, and particularly Brooke Henderson, is she was the catalyst for giant crowds here. And that more and more and more people would see the LPGA Tour. And every player on the LPGA Tour appreciates the fact that one of their players could inspire this.
I think it has lasting effects too. I think in Canada for sure, every year at this national championship, they'll be out when they have a star like Brooke Henderson. Sungmin Park, the winner though. Going Classic coming up next, and the LPGA Tour returns to Golf Channel Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern. First round coverage of the Cambia Portland Classic. Another great week here in Canada. Special.
Yeah, very special. I've been coming for a long time, and it is one of the best tournaments, championships on the tour.
Good to be with you.
Nice to see you, Terry.
For our crew, Terry Gannett saying so long.